And it's going. Let's trade in 3 of those. It's going. I've gotten another level or 2 since the last time I played. I am currently 83. I haven't gained any new gear really. I really need to get those rings, but a good roll of those rings. I'm gonna need strength too. Gosh darn it. A good roll of those rings is not easy. So as it is, I have not maxed out my magic finding capabilities, but I am also not doing terribly.
Day in damnation.
What do we got from that guy? Yeah, prophecy. Well, can't win them all. Now we got a ton of prophecy, and we'll leave that aside. I have a bunch of maps to run, but I also have a good handful of unique maps. It will be running once we get a few people in here. I don't want to just run them blind. I'll definitely be running Vaults of Itsiri. I mean, that's just... it's a loot map. There's nothing else with it, which is pretty sweet. Olmec Sanctum, I don't know how I'll do in that. That's a tougher one. Coward's Trial is easy. I've done it before. We can easily do it again. Though I don't think I've done it on this character. Acton's Nightmare, never done, never heard of. No idea what it does. And Kyre Blade, Wolfpack's Den, no idea what that is either. So those two are very new to me. That's the plan overall. We're going to start with this guy. Chilled Ground, speed, damage, less recovery rate of life and energy shield, which does suck, but we'll probably manage. Per usual, this build is not necessarily meant to stay alive, per se. This build is meant to do massive damage with the golems. After reading further into the build guide that I'm following for this, I hate Shield Ground. All the stuff that slows you down, because I don't really have movement speed on the skill. It turns out that apparently, actually I did it quite a bit wrong. I'll fix it in a second. For the 6 golems, apparently the best DPS you can get,
I need more mana.
you need a bit more mana for, is 5 flame and 1 electric. Apparently, that's the setup most people go with for pure murderize everything, and I've taken to following it. Darn it, we need another League Stone, which means that guy gets popped in, and we're good to go. We do still have our double cursing ball lightning, which has proven to be rather effective. Not to say that there's anything that the golems don't kill straight off the bat anyway, but in case there was anything that would live for a while, the curses pretty much take care of that. My resist, I believe, have been balanced out finally. Yeah. Finally my resist are topped off. It's still going to make getting the rest of the gear a little tougher. I'll probably have to grab some strength or something to be able to take off that last of those rings. But hey, you know, you do what you gotta do. Maybe I'll find some way to do it. Oh hey, Rogue Exile. Damn it! Well, there I go. Yeah, character's not necessarily good at staying alive, but very good at doing the murdering. Thus, I'm probably not going to be hitting any level... I'm not exactly going to be hitting records on levels for this character. My previous character made it to 90, which is the highest I've made it to before, and that's probably going to keep being the highest I've made it to. Skill tree for this one is fairly done, though. There's little things I can do, but with or without them isn't going to do massive differences. Got as many jewels as I'm likely going to get without hitting a massively high level, which I'm not going to do. Hey, more Encroaching Darkness. That's where some of my mats are coming from. I found I not only got to turn it in an Encroaching Darkness, but I also found a unique Cartographer's Strongbox, which dropped a guaranteed, I think, 4 unique maps. And I had never spotted one of those before. That was pretty nifty. Thus continuing the theme of I have better RNG while not streaming than I do while streaming, which is comical. Apparently there's also other variations of this build where you can swap out some of the offensive items for more defensive items and live a bit better. I'm debating it, but at the same time I like what I got going. I'm okay with the I die, but I get tons of loot when it happens. I'm kind of okay with that. But apparently if you drop one of the clay shapers for a shield, you can get a ton of energy shield. And if you swap out either gloves or boots, you can still get a decent amount of... you wouldn't really be magic finding at that point, you'd just be powerful, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I specifically wanted this character to find a lot of items too. And while we don't have a lot of pure magic find, we do have that quantity, and that quantity is really helping out. Like, it's been noticeable. And it's only, I think I've only got like 30+% or so. Along with my necklace, which makes it so that, oh, can I pop that? Yes, I can. Non-unique monsters, like just magic ones. I've already got one of those. Drop like 100% more quantity, which is beautiful and really, again, rather noticeable. Gonna make playing a non-magic findy character seem a little lackluster. We also got rather large, apparently. We do have a of thief leak zone, so we are stealing a mod from every rare we kill for a total of 20 seconds. We must have stolen something that makes us big for a little bit. And apparently, even golems killing them counts for us, which is all that matters. Sadly, this build does have to drop a lot more portals. I find myself, you know, dying a lot. But beyond that, it's fine. Alright, fine. I didn't get Convocation to go quick enough. How about now? Kill them all. We do also have a Flesh Offering, which I have a bad habit of forgetting to use. It's great for damage on my guys. Oh boy! Well, dead. Doesn't matter, got him too. We had a bit of a bleed on us there for a moment. Let's see. Character is up to 103 deaths, which is lower than my previous character, but I got him to 90, so of course he had more playtime and was going to get more deaths. And while this character is squishy as hell, golems usually kill things fast enough that it doesn't matter. It's usually when I'm playing sloppy. I need better defensive blasts, honestly. And less mana regeneration. I know that's a really weird thing, but... oh, apparently one of the things I can do, there's a belt that does quantity as well, but then I lose a bunch of energy shield. So I've seen some people get a shield over here, like a spirit shield, to get a bunch of energy shield there and drop one of these. I would lose some minion life and one extra golem, which kinda sucks. But there are options that can be done. I remember hating this boss, so let's try it anyway. A lot of traps and such, yeah, traps. I've done enough labyrinth runs that I should be able to handle traps, but I somehow will probably screw it up. Alright, he went to the next area. It's the slowing, too, that makes this annoying. And he's gone already. Alright, next one. We got our spinny doodles. Everybody's favorite spinny doodles. Damn it! Yeah, it's the fact that it slows you that really knocks me around. Shoot that and then spawn him. So he gets cursed. Ah, that was unimpressive. We got still more than 50, so I must have missed a turnaround somewhere. Probably quite a few. And if I can get this thing working more often, that would be wonderful. I can't use mana quick enough for that to stay up. If I could, it would be great. It's a hell of a flask for Magic Find. While it's going 41 rarity, 14 quantity, increased light radius for what it's worth, and maximum elemental resistance. It's a hell of a flask. But since I'm not running the hybrid version of this build, it's really, really rough to keep up. Because as soon as it maxes out my mana, it stops its effect. And even if I were to keep holding this, I don't really lose mana yet. Maybe if I level it up more. I don't think I'm going to be finding those other ones. Maybe they're, unless they're down here. Yeah, there's that bow I passed by. I don't know where 50 more monsters are hiding. Like a few, maybe, but 50? I feel like it's a hoax. There's not actually 50 more. Yeah. Alright. Do you know what? Whatever. We're gonna portal out. I don't know where they are and I don't care. Out we go. I do feel like this needs to move just the slightest bit away. There we go. Meaning to do that for a little while. And I can turn these in at some point too.
What can I do for you, exile?
Just been acquiring more cards. Damage to attacks and critical strike chance. That's not a terrible combination. I feel like accuracy and mana are wasted stats though. Same with mana regeneration, so I'm gonna say it's garbage. Life, mana, lightning resist, eh. Damage to attacks, critical strike chance. Maximum energy shield, probably not. X life, low energy shield, no. Fire damage, along with fire lightning resist, but no other resist, so it goes. And let's see, still waiting for some people to join to do some of the crazier. Do you know what? We got 2 of these. Screw it, let's do one more. Let's do one of them. Final boss drops higher level items. They're both map tier 7, so that's fine by me. We do not have enough to quality a ton of these, so I'll wait for the higher level ones. But screw it, we'll do the first one. No regrets. Should use some of those, good. This is one I've done before, but never on this character. Let's see how it goes with this. I feel like the damage we have should suffice. And I am tempted to get a solid energy shield. And drop one of the clay shapers, just for that little bit of... 9%, not bad. A little bit of survivability. We'll see how it goes. For now, the extra damage from an extra golem is wonderful. Like, there's no... hello, Shadow Rose Gaming. Welcome to Viperland and the chat. On another wonderful night of punching things in the face with fireball golems. And that one... Is that the right golem? No, I'm not supposed to have that one out. Right? I thought it was supposed to be lightning golem. Yeah, attack and cast speed. That's the one we want. I had the wrong golem out. So ice can go away real quick. And instead we will have 5 and a lightning. That's the correct golem. I had said lightning earlier, but I apparently summoned the wrong one anyway. What I theoretically can try to do, which probably won't work too well, but in theory I could socket the ice, the lightning golem, wherever the hell it is. I put it there apparently. If I can get the right colors, I can do lightning golem, culling strike, and item rarity, so that if the lightning one gets the final hit, we actually get a ton more items without nerfing our damage in any way. It's just a crapshoot of whether it gets the final hit. Oh, this is gonna suck. Yeah, this is the so this is very, very loosely, not loosely at all, based off the old Nickelodeon game show / physical challenge. Teaching yourself to use a charge blade the only way you know how. Trial and error, I imagine. Or watching Gaijin Hunter videos. This is actually based off of the Legend of the Hidden Temple Nickelodeon show. So you do 4 different challenges in Olmec's Sanctum, with Olmec being the final boss. Each one is an elemental challenge in here. And then once you're done, you fight the final boss over here. I'm having a lot of fun playing Charge Blade in my game. Though I can definitely not say that I'm that great at it. I really need to sit down and do some stuff with it solo. I feel like if I end up joining you and Solier in starting over solo, I will very much new character, go to the house, open Charge Blade, sell literally everything else. There you go. That's one way to doing it. I feel like that would be how I'd get better at it too. Like I would join you guys on the like starting a new character and be like, I want to pick this weapon and just roll with that. That's a good way to do it too, just forcing yourself, I have nothing else, I have to use this, I will get better at it, damn it. in my opinion of not playing too much of it, Charge Blade is a lot of fun, but since it has so many different attacks and combos, you can do all sorts of things, getting very good at it is tricky in my opinion. Like, there's plenty of times where, like, after the fact, I'll go, oh man, I should have done X attack or Y attack. And there's plenty of times where viewers will be like, oh, Viper, don't forget you can go into this mode from this attack by hitting this button. I'm like, damn, I forgot about that, because there's already a dozen different things to try and remember for it. It's strong, for sure, and very enjoyable. I love lots of things it can do. I'm especially fond of guard pointing, just because it makes me feel like a badass when I finally get it to work. But I couldn't sit down and be like, oh, it's easy. It's not. Not for me, at least. Some people seem to take to it quickly. Oh. Moonstone Ring. I have no idea if that's any good. Energy Shield. Fire, negative cold. I guarantee that's worth nothing because of that, then. Oh, but people like the Energy Shield stun thing, that last bit. So it's worth a bit of chaos. It's worth holding on to. That's it. And to swap weapons a lot? Okay. I've never really tried Adept Hammer. Oh, okay, we got another one of these guys. Excuse me. Electric based, obviously, but if we just stay away, there we go. Our minions murder everything. Which is the general plan. I feel like I've only done Aerial Hammer and maybe just Guild Hammer. But I also haven't done very much hammering at all ever since discovering the joys of Hunting Horn. Nothing against hammer, it's a strong weapon. Oh yeah, any melee weapon that can stun, that stun feels just so good. Same thing with Hunting Horn, same thing with the Charge Blade even. It's a wonderful feeling. Hell, even getting like a Tri-Blast stun or whatever on Heavy Bowgun, anything that knocks it out like that, it's just, it feels great. I love doing it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just go, if you're gonna go hammer, I'll go Hunting Horn. Like, when I finally get to join you guys, I'll probably actually try to stick to a weapon, whatever I pick. Just for ease of making things, I imagine. Alright, we should probably keep popping portals in the event that I likely die here. We got ice, it's gonna slow me and freeze me, but, damn it. Well, I'm dead, but they'll probably kill that guy. There he goes. As long as we don't run out of portals, we'll be fine. My death will not stop our damage. I also totally forgot to turn off the chat appearing after a while. Give me just a second. I am always forgetting to do that. Nope, not subreddits. Also forgot to close out of the internets. Alright, hold on. I didn't even realize till this far in that your chat was not fading and is taking up the left-hand side of the screen, which is fine normally, but let's fix that. Da-da-da, fade after 30 seconds, much better. KO crew, 3 hammers and a Hunting Horn, that sounds like a lot of fun. We got a jewel. Strapped boots are almost certainly garbage. Amulet, beach. I don't want to pick up too much on my first run through, because I don't know how many portals I'm going to use by dying. And I'm going to want, we got one more boss and then they all spawn in the second, along with an extra boss. They're all totems, so they're not moving very far, but that doesn't mean they don't do damage. Hello, Soar. Welcome to Viperland and the chat on another wonderful Path of Exile. Cross our fingers and hope RNGesus likes us. Magic finding Golemancer night. I was actually going to do something on the Vita for tonight, but I got caught up looking at stuff online. I was looking for... I really do want to try and make my own Twitch chat bot, but I'm finding a lot of different ways to do it, and I'm not sure which of them I want to go about right now. So I was doing research, but it only had an hour, and it ended up taking longer than I thought to even start researching. Time got away from me. So I was gonna do, I guess I'll do it tomorrow, probably either Soul Sacrifice Delta or, that other one. Not Lost Odyssey, Freedom Wars. The 2 Vita exclusive, very enjoyable Monster Hunter clones. Though I'd argue Soul Sacrifice is less of a Monster Hunter clone and just kind of draws influence, whereas Freedom Wars is 100% trying to be Monster Hunter. Which is fine, it does a damn good job of it. Diablo 3? Oh, there you go. I know Shadow Rose was playing a bunch of Diablo 3 as well. Or at least some Diablo 3. Oh, did I forget to grab the thing? I did. Hand of the Silver Monkey. So, this should bring us back to the center and spawn the boss, the big guy. If we die here, which we will probably do, it's fine, because screw it. We'll just be close enough for our minions to kill him anyway. Who cares? Pop some corpses, make them go faster, keep up the cursing. Yeah, he's almost dead. Beautiful. Hey, complete unique maps. I didn't realize that was something we needed to do. Superior Temple is good. Colonnade is a 10. Most of these are not that likely to be good. Lion Pelt could be. Yeah, understandable. It's an acquired taste too, especially if you're coming from Diablo 3. It's a very different game, even though they're both very influenced by Diablo 2. They went in different directions with it. Both fun directions, but both different for sure. Looks like about what we got from there. Nothing too crazy, a few maps. Maybe some of those uniques are okay, probably not. I tend to be able to pick out the very, very rare ones. And anything besides that, this late in a league is not going to be super valuable. Early in a league, maybe. Now, no. Eh. No, there's actually no Diablo 2 devs on the team at all. It's actually an independent group from New Zealand who were just massive fans of Diablo 2, and back before Diablo team actually did announce Diablo 3, they were like, hey, Diablo hasn't made another game. We should make what we think a great Diablo game would be, and just make another really good loot-based action RPG clickfest. So they did. To the best of my knowledge, there's no Diablo 2 members on it at all. It's all, for the most part, to the best of what I can recall, native New Zealand people. What are these? I doubt they're worth anything. Yeah, require level 16. Nope, not even worth. Those can go. And I doubt this is worth anything, but you never know. And an alchemy, so not much. It's a nice weapon, though. Adds fire damage if it's in your main hand, cold damage if it's in your offhand, attack speed. Yes, you're definitely... Yeah, Hellgate London had a lot of Diablo people on it. Yes, that is very true. And you know what? That game got a bad rap, but I liked that game. I still technically own the disc somewhere. Torchlight 2 did as well. You are also correct. Well, Hellgate London bombed, so a lot of the people who worked on Hellgate London then went to work on other things because that game... I liked it, but it did not do well. And rarity, that's nice, but don't need the rest of it. You're a quality gem, you're a quality gem. All attributes, evasion, life, nope. Increased lightning damage, a low roll though. Increased armor, nope. Damage to attacks, energy shield rarity now. Damage to attacks, double damage to attacks. 9 to all resist. I don't think so. But, yeah, that can go too. So that gets rid of most of the stuff. Oh, it's free to play. I'm glad the game's still around. I liked what the game did. I'll admit, moving forward, I think Borderlands did it better. But Hellgate did it many years earlier, and did it well. Oh yeah, that ring's worth about a chaos. Let's slap it all the way in the buyout 1 chaos tab. Wonderful. Didn't know it was still around, though. That is good news. I'll have to seek it out one of these days. Let's try another unique map. Let's try one I haven't... I'm going to save this one for later. The Vaults of Syria is great, because it's just a ton of treasure chests. There's nothing else on the map except treasure chest with increased rarity. That's it. That's the map. Basically, some dude in Korea loved the game. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that's the case. I'm going to try this one. It's the highest level one I have. I want to see what the Wolfpack's Den is. They drop more maps, there's more magic, rare monsters, there's more life. Most of these maps have a gimmick, and I haven't searched this one before, so I have no idea what the gimmick is. Let's just find out. If I'm down to like one portal, maybe I'll search it, but I probably won't even do that. What do you want, Shadow Rose? Borderlands 3, because I want Borderlands 3. I would be interested in that. I don't know. I'd rather Double Cross come over here instead. What? That would be interesting. I've seen... Like, it looks cool. Honestly, and this is even as a big Monster Hunter fan, if Capcom was going to bring one of their free-to-play online type games to the West, what I would want instead is Dragon's Dogma Online. I hit the wrong button. I feel like that game fits the online free-to-play formula like that a little bit better. As much as I love Monster Hunter, and as much as I would probably play Monster Hunter Online without even questioning the fact, I feel like Dragon's Dogma would be a damn good... Damn it! Oh, I walked into... The guy was already dead, and I just walked into his flipping... Fuckity-frack. That was all entirely on me. I actually have a few friends who like the game enough that they use proxy servers and whatnot to actually play it, even though it's a Japanese-only game. I'm sure they've got latency out the wazoo, but they seem to be having a good time with it. They keep trying to get me to join, but I don't care enough to go through all the proxies and whatnot. If they were to just release the game here, I'd play it. I don't think that's worth anything. I'm fairly sure I've had a ton of those, and they're just worthless. See, I'm finally starting to get enough uniques that I can be picky. I don't have to be like, oh man, I need this. I can be like, it's probably not worth anything. Screw it. I don't have enough time or space. Which is pretty nice, actually. Tier 8, sure. Any of the yellow tiers I'll at least grab. Red is better, obviously. But yellow I can do. Oh. I see big damage. I'm just gonna let these guys do their thing. I'll be back here. You guys, there. See? Perfect. I don't know what it was, I don't know what happened, but it died, and I didn't. Thusly, it was a success. I have to keep portals up, because I definitely get the feeling this is already a level 77. I'm 83, but that's not... Did I just... Okay, good. Thought I accidentally hit the weapon swap button. It made a sound like I did. Yes, Dauntless is almost certainly the closest we're going to get to Monster Hunter Online in the West. Unless Monster Hunter decides to release their online game, which I feel like if they were going to, they would have by now. Oh, crafting mats don't take up inventory space anymore. That's a long overdue change, but a welcome change nonetheless. But damn, that took them a long time to implement for something. Oh, damn it. I was looking at chat. Bleeding effects. They suck. I have a staunching flask and I keep it ready. It's on my spacebar so I can hit it even faster. However, when I'm distracted by looking at chat and I don't notice the bleed on me, it was specifically a puncture, which does more damage as you move. So I was already running and it was too late. Yeah, I get to inform everybody on all the creative ways I can manage to die. Oh, I think I saw you doing that in one of your streams, Shadow. Or Shadow Rose, or however I'm going to abbreviate it. I haven't really decided, I suppose. I could always just keep saying the full Shadow Rose, so it would make a lot more sense. Either way, I definitely saw you doing that, and that was pretty damn nifty, too. I don't know. I like Diablo. I like Diablo 3, and I have fun with it. It's just, so far lately, Path of Exile's been scratching that itch for me. I feel like if they were to ever add, like, something big, it would get me to go back. Big and free, otherwise Necromancer might do it, but I'm not paying for Necromancer. I've made a dozen Necromancers in this game and had a great time with it. Oh, I got the bleed, but I still might die. I don't want to pay for another Necromancer. Plenty of people will, and that's great. Like, hell, support the game. They haven't put out any paid content in a long while. Go ahead. But I don't know. They'd have to do something to actually change, besides just slight rebalancing of sets and maybe one or two new uniques. And I'd gladly go back. I always have fun when I play it. I just call you Rose. Alright, that works too. I feel like that's what I usually do, is go Rose. Let's say. What you think about it? Ah, that's nifty. It automatically adjusts things. See, like, that's great. That not only did they not only did they implement that feature, but they implemented it well. Consoles having seasons is way over, like, yeah, it took way too long. That's, like, the main reason people keep playing the game, and for the fact that it just came to consoles is a little sad. But hey, at least now everybody's got it. Alright, so arena generally means boss. I imagine the boss of this is going to be the wolf guy? Oh, no, it looks like there's actual wolves. I have no idea what this boss is going to entail, so... Well, yeah, it's programming for different things, and they're also working on so many different games. Like, I'm not trying to poo-poo on them, but still, like, that's such a big thing. It's a shame it took this long. It's not a I don't understand why. It's still kind of a shame. If I were, oh wow, we did kill them all. If I were a console Diablo player, I'd be upset. I'm not. I played on PC, so I'm fine, but I would be upset if it were the other way around. Oh, yeah, Diablo 3 console release. It was slightly hacked. Just a little. It looks like we actually killed more than 50 monsters remain. What the flippity-flop? I feel like the Diablo team... I feel like, with no knowledge of this at all, my hunch would be most of Blizzard's power is directed towards Overwatch right now, with Hearthstone being close second, and Heroes of the Storm kind of being up there. WoW's clearly got its own team. Like, I feel like we're likely to see Diablo 4 instead of a new expansion. I'd be happy with either, and hell, a new expansion would definitely want me to go back to the game, 100%. I don't know. My gut instinct tells me it's not likely. I would love to be proven wrong, because again, I would definitely come back and play that. No hesitation. But it's also, it can be hard to justify, because they'll charge full game price for it, or at the very least like 40, 50 bucks. Whereas Path of Exile does an expansion-sized update, an actual expansion-sized update every 6 months or so for free. So occasionally my wallet goes, Viper, play Path of Exile. Downloadable character. Oh, ooh. Yeah, that was... And knowing many people the way I do, if that type of stuff is available, people will use it. Like... Yeah. I have friends in real life who do that type of stuff. I don't agree with it, but... Flip. Frack. Okay. Well, I keep not noticing the bleed. I already killed the boss. I don't have to be going through to do this, but I can't lose any more XP anyway, so screw it. May as well grab what loot I can. I don't think there is a max Paragon. I feel like you just eventually hit a point where it's not feasible to get that much XP. But if you were to sit down and grind it, I believe there is no max. Like, there's a functional max, unless you're just crazy. Well, I don't think there's a hard cap. I think it just eventually gets to the point where you can't realistically level. All the way back. I should have popped a portal way to hell over here. I only have 1 or 2 portals left in this place. And I probably wouldn't have gone back if I didn't already see a higher level map drop. This place definitely hurts like hell, and the fact that everything frickin'... Oh, now it's gone. Well, we did 100% clear it. The fact that everything seemed to puncture me in there was a massive pain in the patootie. So, we're going to get rid of what we can here, and then I'll probably try the vaults map. I've done one of them before this league. I actually did get one to drop earlier.
What can I do?
Did it off camera just because I was bored. Let's see what we got for all the little jewelry things. Probably garbage, but you never know. Nope, no good rolls. Low damage with dual wielding, cast speed with fire skills, and crit. That might be worth something. I'm not sure. I don't know my jewels as well, but that seems like 3 things that a spellcaster would want to me. Energy shield on a ring, dex mana, more energy shield, all elemental and fire. That might be worth something too. I'm going to actually check that. Probably only about a chaos, but still. Correct, it is currently only Xbox One, and it will not be crossplay specifically because of balancing issues. They're going to have to change a few balancing things for consoles, though they have sworn and promised, and so far Grinding Gear Games has kept all the promises they've made, they've sworn and promised that it will be content equal. Though you might be on separate servers, any content that comes out for PC will immediately come out for Xbox and vice versa. They will share the same content, they'll just be separate servers due to balancing reasons. A few numbers might be different, but otherwise. Let's see. Strength, all attributes, life. That's a great amount of int, but very little else. Life regen, nope. Negative. Crit evasion, no. That can go, that was just there to sell anyway. I try to pick up 6 socket ones because they guarantee to sell for 7 jeweler's orbs, which I like. Yes, they call them leagues in this, but they're the same concept. They're the same concept, but each league has a different twist to it. For example, this league, as their last league before their big expansion that's going to shake up the whole leveling process, the thing that they have is league stones. From each of the previous leagues, you can effectively make the next area have those leagues on them. Each league lasts about 3 months, so you can make a character in that league, or you can make him in the standard league, which is the I don't want to play seasons, which is fine, and all characters that were seasonal go to that after the fact. But yes, there are indeed leagues, and they will be on Xbox as well, because again, they said it's going to be feature equivalent. So, and I'm willing to trust them because everything they've said so far has proven to be true. They've sworn the game would never be pay to win, and they've kept to that, which is, I can understand, can be a tough thing to keep to, especially when people are like, hey, I'll gladly pay you money to let me be more powerful. And as a company, let's say, we're watching epic Twitch fails. Yeah. See, that's not a... Screw people that do that. Especially people like streamers and stuff that do that. Sadly, that type of stuff happens in Path of Exile as well. Not happy about it, but it happens. There are definitely like illegal third-party program using streamers. There are definitely people who trade real money for in-game currency through like third-party sites that are very popular streamers, and it's like, come on, you're giving the rest of us a bad name. Stop that. Just play the game, damn it. Well, you gotta be better than everyone. It sucks that that happens, and it sucks that it's a common thing. It's kind of hilarious that I got caught, which is great. I don't mind that. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna see if these... You have 72 hours played in the last 72 hours. Yeah, that's just not possible unless you're cheating or you never sleep. So we want a jewel, which has got... I can't quite see the stats from here. Spell damage while dual wielding. It's gonna have, let's see. Oops. While dual wielding, it's got cast speed with fire skills, and it's got global crit strike multiplier. Let's see if that's worth anything. I don't care if you're online, I do want you to have a buyout. Sadly, with rares, you're gonna have to go the roundabout way like that. Apparently not. No, not worth much at all. I'll check the ring. Let's see, can you bring past league characters to the newest league? No, you cannot. But at that rate, you might as well just make the new character. Are there currently equipped gears? Yes, all their currently equipped gear and the stash tabs go to non-league character stashes and whatnot. I can demonstrate that in a moment. Let me just search for this ring real quick. You know what? I doubt that would be worth anything. Yeah, that was not even probably worth searching for. So, screw it, vendor. I thought the jewel might have been worth more. I was wrong. I'll have to resummon my golems real quick, but whatever. So, for example, the character I played the most of last league, let's see. What was it? The Loves Pizza or Loves Totems? I'm going to say Pizza. It's now in a standard league. Yeah, passive tree reset, whatever. All my items are still here, all my gear is still here, everything is still here. I forgot I had a Rumi's concoction, nice. And they put all your stash tabs here, but they'll add, like, temporary ones. So, like, obviously, if they just tried to put all the stuff into these stash tabs, it wouldn't fit. Period, done. I got way too much stuff in the standard league because everything goes here. So what they do is they give you temporary stash tabs, like this one. It says remove only. You can't put anything new into here. They don't want you getting free stash tabs. but it doesn't count towards your stash tab total, if that makes sense. You can have like 2 different tab 9s, which I do, and you would just take the stuff out of here and put it into a standard one, and then this goes away. I've just been lazy and I haven't done that to all of them, but all your stuff stays, your hideout stays all set up, your master levels stay, it just gets transferred to non-league. That's it. Fairly simple. Trials Golems. And I actually really like the way this game handles hardcore characters. If you make a hardcore character and you die, you don't lose the character. They just get transferred to non-hardcore. So you lose your place on the ladder, effectively. You can't access your hardcore stash, though it's very easy to transfer items from hardcore to not hardcore. You make a level 1 character and die while holding some items. Quick and easy. But I like the concept of you don't lose the work, you just aren't a hardcore character anymore, which is a nice trade-off to me. So we were going to do the Vaults of Itsiri, which should be pretty nifty. There are no monsters in this unless one of these spawns monsters, so it'll have a Rogue Exile because of that, and that's it. But it's going to have a ton of chests, and all the chests are going to have 1,822% increased rarity. Well, I mean, the only thing you'd have to change is the name. And if you wanted, you could strip down all the gear off of your non-seasonal character, delete them to free up the name, and just remake the name. Like, okay. Ah, I like those rolls. I actually made a ton of currency off of one of those because I 6-linked it. I might try and do it again, actually. Why? Let's see. So let's keep the same character name. Okay, time played does make sense. I just keep my time played here in Steam, although it's not exactly accurate. It's close. So far, I've never heard anybody be like, oh man, I wish Path of Exile had that feature, but who knows, maybe it'll be something they'll do. As of now, I haven't heard anything about it, but the future is a wide open place, who knows? So we're just going to open all of these chests and shoot all of these barrels. See what pops out. Realistically, probably not too much, though those robes alone are not shabby. They're not worth too much on their own, but if I can get lucky and 6-link them, they're worth a fair amount. And I guess there's probably a Rogue Exile in here somewhere, but we'll get to them. Actually, most of the times I run this place, I don't even get a unique, so that's already a start. Like, the odds are against you getting anything too good in here, but it's nice to have just a place to go and like, hey, I'm gonna loot. I don't have to worry about being attacked, I don't have to worry about attacking, I'm just gonna loot a bunch of stuff. LMP doesn't matter too much. Red Mall, I don't think that's worth anything. I'm fairly sure that's a low level one, but you never know. Grab it anyway. There's 2 rooms like this, and I tend to just go outside ring to the inside ring. There's 2 rooms, and at the second one it's got a slightly better stuff in the center. Fingers crossed that we get something fun from it. And if... oh, chisel. Those are already not bad. I could have qualitied this, which would have helped a bit. Cleaver, fairly sure that's not worth anything, but at least we're getting stuff. Even if it's nothing fantastic. Honestly, this one's not bad, though. Infernal Mantle. It gets plus to socketed level fire gems, plus fire damage, plus critical strike chance, plus energy shield, plus fire damage converted to cast damage, which is great because cast damage can't be reflected, so that's wonderful. However, you take extra spell damage when low on mana, but that's a small setback for a pretty decent robe. And it's got not shabby energy shield. It's not game-breaking or anything, but it's not bad. It's a damn decent robe, and if I can 6-link it, it'll sell for about 4 exalts or so, which paid for most of this build, because I did 6-link one earlier in the league. I got lucky, 6-linked it, and sold it for pretty much this entire build. Which is not bad at all. I wouldn't mind doing again. To use whatever fusings I got left over. Whenever I get some. Anything good here? No, alright. Room 1 clear, onto the second room. We can get over this way. I definitely already have 3 of those. I'm not even going to pick it up. It's not worth anything. But damn, are we getting some uniques tonight? Nothing good yet? You never know. Gotta go through some mediocre ones to get to the good ones. Barbarian X crit build. I've very rarely played Barbarian in Diablo 3. I tend to prefer spellcasters. Though I have gone a few Crusaders. Just because there's a legit Thorns build for Crusaders, and I loved the concept of just, your main stacking stat is Thorns and Thorns damage. I liked that concept. And I had fun with it for a while. I think that was the last character I played in Diablo 3. That was a few seasons ago. That was at least, I don't remember what season, maybe 7 or so. It was not too recent. But not so old that it was probably nerfed. It's probably still a viable character, maybe. Barbarians always seem fun. They just, I don't know. I rarely play them. Come on. I'm getting closer to the bottom of this one. And there is always a unique strongbox at the center of this one. Which mostly just drops Etsiri fragments. But hey, we could always try another Etsiri run. Last time we did, we got super lucky and got the rare fragment that sold... I sold it off camera, but it was like 44 chaos or something like that, which is strong. Oh, that is not good at all. It's a very, very low level river. Still, this is dropping. 4 seasons came out, your first bar build. Tanky is fun. I do enjoy characters that don't die very well, which is why this one's a weird one for me, because this character dies super quickly. But I do tend to prefer something that's going to be able to take a hit and keep on rocking, given a choice. Oh, the gold wrap belt. Yeah. I think I had a demon hunter that did that, because you also got a... I can't remember the name of the mojo, but it's a frog. It looks like a frog, and it gives you, like, plus to pickup radius, a decent amount plus to pickup radius. So you do that and the gold wrap belt, and you just be like, okay, well, here you go. Oh, and you'd also use the... what is it? The jewel you got from Greed. That would just spawn gold occasionally, and you'd put all 3 together, and it's like, well, I now have a very tough time dying, and it's a wonderful thing. Let's ID this, though I don't think I need to. Yep. Eternal life is within our grasp. Do not let it go. And a Veil Gem, which is a Cyclone. I don't think that's worth much. Top right. If we get the top right one... Nope. The top right one's the valuable one. That gold gain and gold wrap. Yep, it's a beautiful thing. I remember that one. You also add the Everest Band Ring. Gold pickup range. Ooh, okay. Is that new, or did I just not know that one? It's been a while since I've played. I've only done like 1 season with the cube. The cube is fun. I like it as a concept. I never really got good at picking out the right properties, but I like it and the way it opens things up. That was a good addition. It's nigh unkillable as long as you're killing things, which is specific. Ring that drops from out 2 bounties. Okay, then I've probably seen that one before. We are going to quality this son of a gun. And we are going to cross our fingers, pray to RNGesus, and see if we can fuse this into a 6-link. Oh wait, hold on. We have to get 6 sockets first. What the hell am I doing? Even that could take us a bit. It doesn't like to go up to 6, as you can tell. Qualitying it does actually help. The fact that it's 20% quality gives it a slight advantage to be able to roll 6. Alright, we are flying through currency, but you know, whatever, we got some. We've only got 400 left. Gotta hit 6 sockets sooner or later, right? Preferably doing it live would be nice. 6 sockets isn't too bad. It's doable. 6 links is rough. Okay, we got 6 sockets with a 3 link. Ah, hello Elro. Welcome to Viperland and the chat. On this fine Path of Exile evening where I'm... Ooh, 5 link is not bad. I'm gonna see what a 5 link Infernal Mantle is worth real quick. I don't think it's probably too much. Infernal Mantle with 5 links. I know 6 links. 5 links is worth about 15 chaos. I'm gonna keep rolling it because if I can get 6 links, it's worth about 300 to 4 exalts. So it's worth going. Links. So I have currently 6 sockets on it. 5 of them are interconnected. Because they're interconnected, kind of like the one I'm currently wearing. I have 6 sockets, but only 5 of them is part of the chain. The ones that are linked, think from like materia sockets from Final Fantasy VII. Right now I have my Summon Flame Golem. Yay! Yeah, the links are effectively materia slots, for all intents and purposes. I've got my Summon Flame Golem, my main source of damage, linked to Spell Echo, so they cast their spells twice. Greater multiple projectiles, so what can I use to demonstrate that? I don't know if I can demonstrate it right now. Oh, I can, hold on. So, that'll work. So Ball Lightning, the one I use to spread my curses around, that's how it normally looks. But if I give it GMP, it adds a few more projectiles to it. It does that effect to my golems instead. Let's put these back where they go. So they get more projectiles. Minion damage, pretty self-explanatory, they do more damage. And control destruction, they can't crit, but they do a ton more damage because they can't crit. If I were to have that linked as well, I could add an entire other gem to add more damage to it. I could actually add probably Elemental Focus for 45% even more damage. So that 6th link, especially for builds that really rely on those links to do damage, is very important. But it's also very rare, so it's valuable. Which is why I'm going to sit here and spam a bit of currency to see if I can get this to 6 link itself. Thankfully, once it's 6 linked, it won't let you accidentally use more currency on it. It's like it's already the best it's going to get. You can't do any more. Oh, you can do some crazy things with the links. The great side of it is you can do crazy things. The downside is not everything is viable. If you want to do endgame content, not everything is going to get you there. But you can take pretty much any skill in the game, from the earliest level skill to a higher level one, and get it to do some funky stuff. What's my build called? I didn't make it. I'm following a build guide, but it's a Golem Mancer. I am a summoning character, but I use golems instead of, like, undead. You can definitely do undead summoning in this game. It's popular, and it's fun. It's usually what I did, because this build is stupidly expensive, whereas a undead summoning character is not stupidly expensive. They can scale nicely, but you don't require a huge amount of currency to get them started, unlike this one. Alright, I try and keep 10 of these reserved for myself, so that could have gone better, I suppose. Could have gone worse. Let's make sure. And I'm using an auto key script that goes when I hit a button combination. It basically searches for it on PoE.trade. Yay, your source for people trading stuff in Path of Exile, to show you roughly what an item is worth. It doesn't search any of the parameters, it just searches the name, so it's not entirely accurate, but it gives you a ballpark of maybe this is worth something, maybe it's not. So you've never played Final Fantasy VII? Okay. 7, to me, is a classic. I don't know what it would be like going back to it having never played it, like playing it for the first time now. That's not... if it had another energy shield roll, it would be okay. That's not terrible, but I would need to roll more energy shield on it. Anything in the 300 range is sellable. This is 120. Oh yeah, the remake had better have material links. That was one of the most fun parts of it. Also, I think this belt is worth something. I had used it earlier in this build. Yeah, about 4 to 5 chaos. Let's put that away. I don't need it anymore. You will sell for 4 chaos orbs. Wonderful. Yeah, for the people who don't know the game very well, at any point, if I'm going through things, feel free to ask questions about mechanics and whatnot. I tend to gloss over it, but I'm always glad to fill people in. Your hope cross-dressing Cloud is hot. I mean, it's a JRPG character. He's gonna be, don't worry. Oh, let's put this... Yeah, if you have nothing to look back on, I'm sure it'll be good. My fingers are crossed anyway. I'm wary, but, you know, I have hope. At this rate, I'm more worried that it's just never going to actually come out. Because Square Enix has a bad habit of just not actually having their games come out. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. We have a massive excess of some of these. I'm going to see if I can run a few of them and if we can get the top right one, I can run some Etsiri maps, which have potential for loot and profit. Like, I've done some crazy builds. Admittedly, I follow build guides. I have not made my own original build in this game, because every time I've tried to do it, I've done badly. So I follow build guides. I tweak them as I go, like, to some degree, but it's nice to go with something that's proven to work at least a little bit. But even then, you can get some crazy things. I had a build this season, which was it was Scorching Ray, so you shoot like a big Kamehameha fire blast. While you cast that, it also casts other skills socketed with it, which I used Firestorm, and then added a bunch of damage type stuff to it. So, while casting one spell, it's automatically casting another spell to do a ton of damage. I never played much of Legend of Dragoon. I know it's a cult classic, and I've enjoyed what bit of it I've played, but I just never got very far in it. And I really should just go back and play it when I've got some time. Because I know it's good, I just haven't done much with it. I think I still own a hard copy of it for PS1 somewhere. I don't know where the hell I put it. If they make it... See, I'm a little worried about what they mean by enhanced combat. I like turn-based combat. I'm one of the few people that's like, hey, I kind of like that. Everyone else is like, nah, it's too slow, it's boring. I want fast combat. And I get it. I see their point of view. But I like turn-based. To me, turn-based is classic. And even then, if they change the combat around and make it faster, make it more like 15, that's okay by me. As long as they keep the rest of it the same. Let's see, Veil Vessel at dawn. Damn it, we want the top right part of that circle. If we get the top right, that's the rare one. As you can tell, all the other ones are more common by the fact that I'm finding them everywhere. Diablo is definitely more forgiving with making builds on your own. This is forgiving to a degree depending on what you want to do. If you want to hit endgame, yeah, you're probably not going to be hitting endgame with the build you just made. Murakumo? I don't know that game off the top of my head. The tree is a bit crazy, I won't dispute. It can be a bit confusing. But the thing is, once you've even if you follow build guides, once you've followed one or two, you're like, oh, like every energy shield build takes this cluster and this cluster and this cluster. I can guarantee I'm going to be hitting those. Every life build takes this cluster and this cluster and this cluster. No, maybe not that one. That's not actually the one I was looking for. But still, this cluster. Is it? That's okay. ABT? Or ATB. I don't remember which one it was, but I know what you mean, yes. Turn-based with timers works well. I think, honestly, as far as turn-based goes, 10 pretty much hit it on the nose. 10, I think, did a damn good job with it. I love 7, don't get me wrong. 10 did a lot of things right. It was a damn fun game. I always remember being I always remember it being ATB, but now you have me questioning myself. I'm not sure. Hey, more Chaos Orbs. Some fusings. It is worth noting I am using a loot filter. I've mentioned this before. It automatically hides some things that are, generally speaking, not worth even bothering with. Aha! Hey, an amulet. Okay, they want to buy one of my things. Sweet. One of these days, when I get money and time and whatnot, let's see, they want my warped timepiece. That one. When I get money and time and maybe slightly better in shape than I am, I really want to cosplay Orin. Like, Orin was my favorite part of that game. He seems like a fun outfit, seems like a fun character. I'd have to cut my hair a bit shorter, but I already kind of do that for Hans. There you go. Thanks so much. So one of these days I'll get around to doing it. I didn't like 12's grid at all. And I liked 12 as a game. I did not like 12's grid. Maybe it's because I really liked 10's grid. So it could have been going in, liking one thing and then getting something else. Let's say. Is the skill tree the same for all classes? Yes, you start in different areas of the tree. So every character can do whatever build you want. It just might be easier or harder. Witches always start here. Shadows, Ranger, Duelist, Marauder, Templar, and Scion. So it's the same tree for all characters, it just determines where you start. Your class determines where you start, and it determines what subclasses you have access to. Each class has 3 subclasses, except Scion, because Scion's weird. They've got a weird one, it's a tough one. Until subclasses were added, the only difference between the classes were where you start on the tree. And even then, you might think, oh, well, I'm going to be a caster. I have to be a witch. That just makes sense. That's not entirely true. There might be reasons to do it for sure, but it's not a guarantee. My last character was a 100% caster. All he did is cast spells, and he was a marauder, the effectively barbarian of this game. Fair enough. Everybody likes different things. I really liked the 10 grid, but I liked the concept of I can make the characters do whatever I want, even though realistically they gate off a lot of the stuff early on and you're pretty much forced to play the characters the way they want you to play them toward the beginning of the game and everybody can get it all eventually anyway. I still liked it. That said, I am excited for the 12 remake, especially because I've heard that the content they added in the international version, the versions we never frickin' get until like a decade later, makes the game great. I've heard that the optional like end ultimate boss is one of the hardest bosses of JRPG history, and I want to try it and fail miserably. I've heard they also improved the 12 grid with the international version and made it generally loved. Like with the core 12 version, there's some people who like it, there's some people who don't. Damn it, Dusk again. Apparently the 12 international version, people are like, yeah, that's just better. Oh, you want to fight Izumat. Yeah, Izumat. The boss with so much HP. They let you leave the fight and go back whenever you want because it's got so much HP. You're never going to do it in one sitting anyway. 12 did post-game content right. 12 had so much goddamn post-game content, and a lot of it was about doing the one thing you love to do the most in Final Fantasy games, besides getting ultimate weapons, getting new summons. And it did a damn good job with it. I loved the post-game of 12. I didn't like a lot of the characters as much as I liked other Final Fantasy characters, with the exception of, what's his name, Balthier? The pirate guy? Man, he was my favorite character by a long stretch. Yes, the hunts were a lot of fun. So would you ever consider playing one of the older Final Fantasies alive? It would be more of a time thing, because I'd want to commit to trying to play the whole thing, but otherwise, yeah, I could do it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10-2 all on my Vita, so at any point I could play any one of those. I never played 11, and I'm never going to. 12 will be coming out soon, TM. 13 I have for the wrong system, so I can't play 13. I could play 13... I could play Lightning Returns I have for the right system. Veil Immortal Call, I don't think that's worth anything. I'm pretty sure that's common. Yeah, nothing. You gotta get Veil Grace or Veil Clarity. I never beat Izumat, but I also never tried. I didn't spend that much time with 12. I might when the remake comes out. But yeah, 12, oh goddamn, 12 did post-game content really well. In my opinion, the best post-game content of any Final Fantasy. And I love 7 for like the chocobos and the weapons, but it's like 2 bosses and some chocobos. It was a lot of fun for its time, don't get me wrong. But 12 really upped it. 10 was good, 10 was all about the weapons. See, the thing is, 12 balances it out. It had the greatest summoning type and questing post-game content, but the way that you get the ultimate weapon in 12 is the stupidest thing to ever happen in any Final Fantasy ever. And if you disagree, you are welcome to your opinion, but I believe it to be the stupidest thing ever. The way you get the Zodiac Spear is stupid. Absolutely stupid. And I hated it, I hated it, I hated it. It's counterintuitive to anything you ever do in any JRPG. It pretty much counters that, and I was so upset when I found out. Really? Vaughn was your favorite character? Okay. Fair enough. I'll give you the point of, like, him not being the chosen one, or you were already a badass before you even started. Why did I not turn this back on? I can definitely see your point there. I found him to be a little annoying. A little annoying, and realistically, not very important to the plot. Like, I can definitely see your points. Like, it's refreshing to have a character who's not just, I am already a badass. He was definitely not already a badass, and he did a good job with what he had. He wasn't a bad character. But if you took him out of the plot of that game, would the plot change drastically? I don't think it would. I don't think that makes him a bad character. It's nice to have a character that we can effectively relate to. He was our eyes to the game. And he did a damn good job of that. But everyone else was a lot more important to the actual things happening in the game. I loved the pirate guy. I loved the pirate guy, and then his name is escaping me, and I'm upset at myself. That's it. Let's see, 350 hours in Final Fantasy. Damn, not bad. I think my highest time save file is 10, but I would go back and just farm Sphere Grid bits for a while. 14, yeah, it is weird that 14 was a mainline game, but from what I hear, it's a great MMO. I don't play it, but I hear it's a lot of fun. Well, yes, he was definitely a very relatable main character, whereas you could not say that about Cloud or Lightning or insert any other Final Fantasy Pro tag here. You have a very strong point there. He wasn't my favorite character. Sorry. He just wasn't. But you make strong points. I just want one of these stupid top right pieces. And this is also something mindless I can do while interacting with chat, which is fun for me, too. Alright. You guys are going to hate me for this. I've never played Chrono Trigger to completion, but I love Chrono Cross so much. I really love Chrono Cross. I'm one of the, like, 3 or 4 people on this entire planet that goes, I really like Chrono Cross. Everyone else is like, Chrono Trigger's the best game ever, and they're probably right. But I never played Chrono Trigger, so I grew up loving Chrono Cross, and I think it's a damn good game, even though everybody else hates it, because it's not Chrono Trigger. Everybody else wanted a sequel to Chrono Trigger and got a not sequel to Chrono Trigger. Yeah, it's exactly. It's one of those things you hesitate to even mention in polite company because people just go, "Oh, well, you're a loser. You didn't play Chrono Trigger. You played Cross instead." Welp, bye, unfollowed, unsubscribed. See ya. I don't know how much the remaster has, but even if it just has the exact amount as the original 12, it's got a lot of post-game content. 12 was very strong for post-game content. I know they added at least one super boss, like big, super crazy, super challenging boss. I don't know what else they added. I hadn't looked into it deeply because for the longest time it wasn't coming to the States. It's been out in Japan since maybe a year after 12 released. Not the HD version, but all the content. Chrono Cross is wonderful, and I will defend it to my dying day, even if it's a futile battle. If nothing else, everybody can agree Chrono Cross had a hell of a soundtrack. The Chrono Cross soundtrack is probably... I don't know if it's my #1 video game soundtrack of all time, but if it's not, it's damn close. Chrono Cross really hit the ball out of the park with the soundtrack. I loved the game. I loved how many characters there were. I loved the customization. I loved the graphics. For a PS1 game, that game was flippin' beautiful. A lot of people just didn't like it because it wasn't Chrono Trigger. Apparently, if you go into it thinking it's going to be a sequel, which is a fair assumption, it's made by the same people, it says Chrono in the name, it's a fair assumption that you could think it was a sequel. It's a poor sequel. It's a great game, I think. Other people disagree. Chrono Trigger, I'm sure, is great. I don't want to badmouth it because I can't. I've barely played it. Xenoblade, okay. I own it for the 3DS. I own Xenoblade Chronicles X, but I haven't played more than maybe 8 or so hours. I got out of the main village. I had the tragic event happen in the main village. And I went through a cave, and then I kind of got distracted by Monster Hunter. Because Monster Hunter. Hey, Tursky is now auto-hosting me. I haven't seen that name pop up in a while. That means we have a new auto-hoster. I'm going to have to give a big shout-out to Tursky the next time I see them in the actual chat. Because that's awesome. I'm trying to keep up on the chat and keep up with this. Yeah, I'd have to double-check and look, because the international version of 12 has been out forever. It's been out in Japan for the longest time. So it's easy to find, and that's the version they're just HDifying. It would be very easy to find what content was different, so I could look that up. And I am curious what would be added. I know they changed around the passive tree, or the skill tree, or whatever you want to call it. The sphere. It's not the sphere grid, it's more like boxes, but whatever we call it. Wow. I've never played Xenogears, I've never played Lunar 2, I've never played Suikoden 2. And I know they're all considered classics. I'm well aware of that. I've never played any of them. Growing up, I had a Genesis, not a Super Nintendo. So if it was a Super Nintendo game, I probably did not play it either until I was much older or at all. I was very much a Sega household until PS1 and Nintendo 64. We had a Dreamcast for a while, but Dreamcast was a strange system. It was ahead of its time, but it was also super easy to pirate games for, so it failed miserably. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think everybody wants Mother 3. I would play it. If they localized it, I'd get on that. No hesitation. I've played a little bit of Earthbound, emulated, and I liked what I played. I don't know. It's hard for me to sit down. Gosh darn it, why won't you get me... I want the Sacrifice at Midnight is the one. And I can't seem to find it. I'll do 1 or 2 more, then I'll go back to doing actual maps. But this is, again, a little easier for me to interact with the chat with you guys, because this is low-level stuff I don't have to pay attention to. I've never played a Golden Axe game. Damn, there's a lot of... Is it going to not let me enter that? There we go. I hit a... No? There's a lot of classic games I didn't play simply by not owning an SNES. To this day, I've never owned an SNES. Any Super Nintendo game I've played has been either a port or an emulated copy of it. We owned a classic Nintendo. We owned an Atari 2600 way back when. We owned a Genesis, we owned 64, PlayStation 1, but we got PlayStation 1 super late in the lifespan. We owned a PS2, PS3, PS4. But like growing up, if it was Super Nintendo, I probably didn't play it. I need to play the Fire Emblem SMT game. I like Fire Emblem, I love Shin Megami Tensei, I would probably enjoy the crossover, and I own a Wii U, I just haven't played it yet. Need to actually get on that. One of my friends owns it, I might borrow it. Chronicles X was pretty awesome from what I can tell, though. People speak of it very highly. It also had a Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I've heard people like even more, but I haven't played because I didn't play the first one. I didn't finish the first, there's no reason to start the second, in my opinion. That would be kind of silly. Damn it, more Dawn. Yeah. Like, either give me Sacrifice at Midnight, or give me flippin' one of the good Veils. I'm having bad luck. Okay, now, I always forget if you can do 2 at once or not. For me, JRPGs growing up, I loved Final Fantasy, obviously, 7, 8, 9. I really loved 9. A lot of people didn't, and I don't know why. 7 and 8 were my first, and they were damn good time. Are you gonna open a portal at some point? Maybe if I actually hit activate. Activation failed, unable to open portal to area. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's just taking a while? Ah, there we go. I really liked 9, because 7... Oh, well, there's... I should have been able to tell something was going on there. Well, let's reload that quickly. Wait, Chronicles 2 isn't even out yet? Really? Really? That's not out? Ah. Okay. I could have sworn that was out. Having never played it, though. I feel like there's some server issues going on here tonight. My latency is fine. I'm not dropping any frames, but yeah, there's definitely something going on here. My hideout's bugging out. There we go. I'm trying to think of other... Legend of Legaia. I loved that RPG. That was I found that by accident, and I had a damn good time with it. Chrono Cross, obviously. I've mentioned my love of Chrono Cross in passing once or twice. Ooh. It's that ring I found earlier. They want to buy it. I will gladly sell it. Valerium. Give me money, I give you ring. Oh yeah, most of us, Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually my hunting with viewers Monster Hunter Generations days. I never played a Digimon game because I never really watched Digimon. I was a... Thanks much. I was a Pokemon kid growing up instead. Played all the Pokemon games up... I've played one in every generation, including up to current. Alright, let's try one or two more of these, then we'll just keep doing other stuff. Finally used all Monster Hunter weapons. Oh, okay. No, there's nothing wrong with Insect Glaive. I don't know why you don't see much of it in Generations. You saw it all the time in 4 Ultimate because it was the only, well, it was one of 2 ways you could do consistent aerial attacks. Oddly enough, Lance, yeah. A lot of people at the time forgot that Lance could do mounting attacks off flat ground. I've never put time into dual blades either. I've heard many people say how good they are and how fun they are. It's just generally not my playstyle. I tend to go for these slower, bigger weapons instead of the faster, smaller weapons. All are clearly viable, but it's just never quite been my style of play. See, I wouldn't fight you because I know nothing of Digimon, so maybe you're wrong, maybe you're right. I wouldn't know. Was definitely not a Digimon person. Still am not. So I've heard the new Digimon game is really good. Cyber Sleuth, I think it is? Something along those lines? Cyber something. I've heard it's damn good. Damn it, another Dawn. I really want to do another Itziri, because I have nothing to lose for experience. So I would really like to get the silly top right fragment. Again, I could buy one, but that would defeat the purpose of trying to save up for more stuff. Tends to go for like 3 or 4 chaos, and I'd rather save the chaos. Especially because I know I won't get 4 chaos worth of stuff out of it. Better to just see if I can farm it.
When I'm ready, I'm not before.
I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of the anime. I know it exists. I don't think I've ever seen a full episode. There's a lot of classic anime I've never seen. Even like kids anime, like for the most part growing up all I watched was Pokemon, and I didn't consider that anime at the time. It was just that show I watched. But I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I never watched Digimon. I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z until like 3 or 4 years ago? Whenever Dragon Ball Kai came out, I ended up watching that. Titan Gauntlets, I don't know if those are good. Veil Burning Arrow is garbage. Thank you, game. I dislike that. Alright, let's try this one. Shaman King, I am aware of its existence, but I never watched it. Like, I could pick out the design of the main character, but that's about it. Never watched it. Those were all, like, Fox Kids Saturday morning stuffs, I think. And for some reason, I didn't watch many of them. Just Pokemon. I went out of my way for that. I watched the crap out of Pokemon. Well, see, earlier on, it never really drew my attention. I didn't care about Dragon Ball. I eventually ended up watching bits of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which I still highly recommend, and I thought that was so damn good that got me to start watching Dragon Ball. But at that point, Kai was out, which was the abridged version, effectively. It was them going, okay, you want to watch Dragon Ball, but you don't want to watch all of the side arcs and fillers? We gotcha. It was the official version. It's just the, we trimmed it down a bit. We cut the fat. Here's Dragon Ball with all the important things and not all the unimportant things. I've heard great things about Hero Academia. I have not watched it yet. which I know is sacrilege to a lot of people. I hear great things, and I know season 2 is airing now, but I just haven't watched it yet. It's on that list of shows. Like, I've got a long list of shows I should watch, but I have an even shorter list of shows that's still fairly long, of shows I fully know and accept that I will love, that I just haven't had the time to watch. I haven't watched Space Dandy, and I know I'll love it. I haven't watched Hero Academia, and I know I'll love it. There's more on the list, but those are the two that come to mind right now. Until recently, JoJo was on the list. I just started watching it recently, and I'm loving it, and I knew I would. I just hadn't started it. I don't think... I've seen Hellsing Ultimate, but I haven't seen Hellsing Abridged. And I haven't finished Hellsing Ultimate. Okay, Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. I haven't watched that. I should. I like Hellsing. Hell, I've got a friend who we exclusively call Ceres because she cosplays Ceres Victoria, though hasn't cosplayed her lately. Still. Damn good show. Well, damn good. The Hellsing Ultimate is really good. The show itself is like the TV show, the episodic show is I haven't watched Berserk either. I am vaguely familiar with the general story of it, and again, I could definitely pick out the main character, but I haven't watched any of it. Honestly, streaming has been bad for my anime watching. Because I'm streaming, I can't watch something with subtitles. Yeah, I mean, I'm already not great at multitasking. I definitely can't multitask and watch something with subtitles. I've heard good things about Assassination Classroom, and the teacher guy, the thing that looks like a yellow space alien balloon in a graduation outfit, is one of the characters you can play as in J-Star's Victory Versus, but I know nothing of it besides he's from Assassination Classroom. That's pretty much all my knowledge. And I think there's another character in that game from that show. But beyond that, I don't really know much. Oh, yeah. I haven't even added many to my queue, but if I did, I'd have a queue that's a mile long. Right now I'm just watching JoJo. Very slowly going through JoJo. I'll get more of it going through as I hit summer, because I tend to watch it while I'm waiting for the bus home from work. Still no flippin' Midnight Fragment. This is mildly annoying. Fair enough. That's another show I've had recommended quite a bit. I also have my D&D friends watch a bunch of anime themselves, and they always recommend shows, and they're always damn good with their recommendations. It's a time thing. Lately, if I have free time or I'm not at work and I'm not sleeping and I'm not streaming, I'm trying to catch up on games that I might not be streaming them. Like Persona 5, which to me is more important than any anime I could be watching right now. So it's a timing issue more than a I do or don't want to watch anime. Most of the animes I've watched I've enjoyed or have been so bad that I've been able to laugh at it heartily. Keijo. Keijo. But it's a timing thing for me lately. Like, even when I'm done streaming tonight, I could watch an episode or two of something. Or I could play more Persona 5, and I know what I'm going to do. And I'm going to play more Persona 5. It's the fact of the matter and how it's going to go. I hate this boss. He moves around so quick, and you can't hit him unless you're inside his bubble. And it's the most obnoxious boss ever. But I can't open the thing at the end until I kill him. He's not really gonna kill me, he doesn't do that much damage, but you have to be inside his bubble to hit him, which is obnoxious. Oh, he might kill me. Okay, well, we got him. Yeah, like, that's like I said with things like Space Dandy and, what was the other one from earlier? Boku no Hero Academia. I know for a fact I will love those shows. I have no hesitation, I have no doubt. It's just a timing thing. Like, I know I will love those. I just don't have much anime time lately. Which is a shame, because I still go to anime conventions, like 2 a year. And more, there's just like, I don't know what you're from, but you got a cool outfit, that's awesome. Wow, that was the smallest Veil side area I've seen in a while. Wonderful. Speeds this up nicely. still more Dawn. Alright, I'm going to do 2 more of these, and I'll just go back to maps. This is not good for experience. I'm just really trying to get an Ed run out of it. Yes, Fully Coolly I have watched and enjoyed all, 6 episodes? No matter how little time you've got, you can watch Fully Coolly. Yeah, I'll admit, my first time through I had no idea what was happening. The second time through I had a slightly better idea, but I still can't sit down and be like, I know exactly what's happening, let me explain it to you, because that would be a lie. But it's fun, it's goofy, it's well animated, it's got a great soundtrack, so I can honestly say I like it, even though I couldn't sit down and describe what's actually happening most of the time. I don't know if I'd sit down and watch it 7. Evangelion was my 3rd anime I'd ever seen. For the most part, I didn't watch any anime growing up. I don't count Pokemon because it was a kid show. In high school, most of my friends watched anime and I didn't. I was like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to do my own thing. I'll play more games. In college, I was a massive Diablo 2 fan. And it wasn't even a new game, I just played a lot of Diablo 2 because I had a laptop that could run it and I would play different mods and I had a damn good time. While I was doing that, my roommate put on Trigun. And I got hooked on Trigun. God damn, is that a good show and a solid dub. So that got me hooked. And that got me to start looking for other things. I ended up finding AMV Hell 3 shortly thereafter, thinking it was hilarious even though I knew 0 of the anime references. That got me to watch my second anime, which I am not proud of. The second anime was Chobits, which, do you know what? It's a damn cute show. And I will defend it as being cute and enjoyable to my dying days. But to say that it was my favorite show or anything that I remember and would rewatch, it's not. But I don't regret it. Problem is, my 3rd show is Evangelion. Now, for those who have seen Evangelion, this will put things in context. Keep in mind, I had only ever seen the first half of Trigun. I had not finished it at that point, and I had seen Chobits. That was my anime experience. Okay? Okay. Just to give people that idea. The problem with what I did with Evangelion is I borrowed the DVDs from a friend, and I watched it in a single night, start to finish, in a single setting. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. My college mind, who had only up to that point seen a Western animation and a goofy, cute show, and the first half of Trigun, which is a goofy show, was not ready for Evangelion. And at that point, I didn't know the movies existed. At that point, that was still me going like, but I wanted answers. Where are answers? I'm used to shows wrapping up and having answers. And clearly, Evangelion had none of that shit in it. I became, I can't say obsessed, because obsessed is not the correct word, but I ended up really liking the show because it was so drastically different from anything I knew up to that point. I fell in love with the soundtrack. I still listen to some of the bits of that off and on. Obviously the opening, but not just that, like just ambient music too. I ended up, most of my wallpapers were Evangelion for a while. Like, I hit an Ava phase because it was just so weird and it hit me so hard because I hadn't flippin' slept while watching it. I watched it from like 10 p.m. one night to like 10 a.m. the next day. It was, I don't recommend it. That is not how you should watch Ava. But I didn't know that, so that's how I watched Ava, and it was not the best of calls. I'm pretty sure I've already found this one before. There we go. Now I'm falling behind in chat. Hold on a second. Steel Angel Kurimi. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it doesn't sound like a kid's anime at all. Solid dub. This is just something. Oh, if you're looking for a solid dub, in my opinion, the best anime dub out there, Baccano. Period, done. Moving on, Baccano is the best anime dub that I've seen. I can't say it's the best ever, but of the ones I have seen dubbed, Baccano is top tier. Let's see. Dot Hack Sign, my friends love Dot Hack. I haven't watched it, I've only played the PS2 games, but my friends Calico Dog and Afro Justice, who you may have seen on the channel before, in fact, Afro Justice was the fake me on April Fool's Day, they love Dot Hack. They are big Dot Hack fans, and love it to bits. Let's see. Lots of shows are going to be unanswered. Yeah, I didn't know that at the time. I liked Konosuba. I actually watched... I didn't know there was going to be more about it. Cowboy... Oh, okay. Okay, Cowboy Bebop is also a really good dub. I can't dispute that. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's really good. But I feel like I still... Oh, hold on. This is actually not bad. Never mind. I thought it had 2 resistance on it. It's got a great life roll, but then a mediocre cold resist and chaos resist. I don't know. That's still a damn good life roll. How high is that? It's a tier 1 life roll. That is top tier, but low tier the rest of it. Probably not worth it, but that high life roll made me pause for a second. I'm really slowly going through this because I'm also trying to catch up on chat and be a weeb. Since then, I've found anime I love way more than Evangelion. It's still a great show, but I don't think I'd really care enough to go back and watch it again. Though I enjoy the movies. The rebuild movies are really awesome. Specifically 2.0. 1.0 was wasted. Don't watch it ever. It's not worth it. It's not bad, but if you've seen the show, there's no reason to watch a rebuild of Evangelion 1.0 at all. It's the same thing. It's the condensed version. If you've never seen it, it's okay. Ooh, that's got fire, cold, and lightning, but they're low rolls, aren't they? Frick. Yeah, they're all tier 5, 8, 5. Now, if they were higher rolls, it would be better. If they were higher rolls, I could sell that. Damage to sword, ignite duration. No, that can go. Eve Bloom is just everything. Like, not only is he in everything, but he voices everything. Let's do a map. Let's do... I already got a rare. It's got totem, sea witches, we got vulnerability, that's fine. Cool. We'll pop that. It's something instead of the veil fragments. I've since been encountering many more animes and enjoyed lots of them. I love Steins Gate. I love Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann is probably my #1 anime of all time. It's just so much fun. I could just sit down, put on any episode of the first half of Gurren Lagann and have a great time. The second half's got some low parts, but overall still strong. This is what I'm looking for. Hold on. I don't need prophecies. Let's just sell those ones off.
What can I do for you, exile?
I've got an excess of coins. I don't care about them. Warbands. Good. Warbands I like. We don't have any breach. We have Beyond, though. I'll save Beyond. We'll do Parandus. I like Parandus, too. Now we got these all set up. I have not seen the Gurren Lagann movies. From what I hear, they're good, but not drastically different, other than maybe a slightly different ending. So I prefer the anime. Though again, I haven't heard anything bad about the movies. I hear it's just like, well, it's the anime in condensed form, slightly bigger ending. But that's about it. I'll watch them at some point. I just haven't sat down and done it. I haven't sat down and rewatched the show lately either. Baccano is fantastic. Damn, do I love Baccano. What else was there? Konosuba. I'm a big Konosuba fan. I only got into it fairly recently, but I love the goofiness of it. Usually if it's a show that's going to be super over the top, or if it's going to be super goofy and very like self-aware type humor, I tend to enjoy that a lot. Flickin' Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Hot damn, do I love that show. Alright, I'll give the movies a shot. I just always assumed it was like the Eva first movie. It was just going to be a retelling of, oh boy, did that hurt. A retelling of what we already knew. But if it's different enough, I'll give it a shot. I'm sure I'll like it too. Even if it is just a retelling, I'm sure I'll still like it. I love me some Gurren Lagann. Because I like Gurren Lagann, I also like Kill la Kill, because Kill la Kill is very Gurren Lagann inspired. Like, it's not even subtle at all. But clearly I like that. There's a lot of good shows out. I haven't watched many of them, but I like a lot of them. Thankfully, we've had some good anime discussion, because I haven't had any damn luck in this game. I keep hoping for good stuff to drop, and it's just like, no, Viper. No, no. Gunbuster. That's also Gynex, right? I haven't seen it, but that's like older Gynex, correct? Like pre-Ava Gynex? Not that older is bad in any way, just... I've heard the name, but I know little of it outside of the name. Alright, we did Tora's mission, and we are bleeding out. No, we're burning out. Okay. Ah, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me! Yeah, there's a lot of things I gotta watch. I just haven't sat down and done it. I didn't even, I had not even watched Cowboy Bebop till about a year and a half ago. I had never seen it. I don't know why. I never watched it growing up, and I had never... One of the reasons it took me so long to see it is I had been spoiled for the ending ages ago, so I knew how it ended, and I was like, oh, well, that's a shame. But I did eventually sit down and watch it, and liked it. Yeah, Diebuster, probably just sequel, I assume. I've heard that name too, and I assumed they were sequels of each other. Or same universe or something. Maybe one of these days we'll actually get some good loot. I feel like I had all of my... Not only do I get all of my luck in this game, apparently off camera, I feel like I had all of my luck way, way early in the league. I got some really good items super early, and then haven't gotten much else. Thankfully, getting those items has let me make this character, which again is a stupidly... not stupidly, this is way more expensive, but it's a fairly expensive character compared to the type of character builds I make. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that have builds that are so expensive it would make them laugh at this, but for me, this is an expensive one. It's also worth noting I only need one more challenge to get my weapon effect, so I could also try and do that. But a lot of it's just RNG. I think the only one I could actively aim for... map bosses with Onslaught would actually be one I could aim for. 1, 14, and 15. That's not impossible. It doesn't even have to be anything above magic. I could just do a magic version. Twinned maps is also not impossible. I could theoretically do those at the same time. Twinned Onslaught maps, or bosses. Theoretically. 4 endgame grinds. I've only done 3 in series. I could do 100 for one of the endgame grinds. Reach Lord. I did kill one, yeah. Alright. I wouldn't mind the weapon effect. I'd like the portal effect, but there's no way I'm getting that many challenges. It's just... I'd have to play exclusively this and really just full-on RNG it, and I don't care enough to do that. I got other games to play, other games to stream. I got stuff to do. But I'm so close to the weapon effect, it would be nice to get it. More than 50, yeah, we really didn't hit too many areas of this. We found the boss pretty quick. And hey, Lightning Ketchup's now auto-hosting me. Huzzah, and hats off to Lightning Ketchup. Who was probably not in the chat, but hey, don't matter. Still awesome. I think I actually get out of work a little earlier tomorrow, so it's going to give me time to set stuff up and do whatnot. I got distracted again today, otherwise I would have been doing a Vita game. Tomorrow will probably be either Soul Sacrifice or Freedom Wars. If people have a preference, I am not leaning any particular one way or the other. Freedom Wars is closer to the Monster Hunter formula. Soul Sacrifice is more of an arena fight versus a big monster as opposed to a you hunt something. But it's got a very distinct style and lore. It's all really weird, twisted versions of, like, fairy tale type creatures. And the story behind each one of them is really interesting. It's also got a much darker aesthetic, whereas Freedom Wars is like futuristic robots and such. It's like Monster Hunter with giant robots in the future. Which works better than it sounds, by the way. In my opinion, Freedom Wars is the best Monster Hunter clone on the market. Of all the ones I've played, at least. I haven't played God Hunter, but I've heard good things. Still, my money goes to Freedom Wars. The downside to both of these games, Soul Sacrifice and Freedom Wars, they are exclusive to the Vita. So, to say people haven't played them is an understatement. Which is a shame, because A, the Vita is a strong system. It's got power behind it, it's got a good library. And B, they're damn good portable games. But hey, that's probably what I'll be streaming tomorrow. Nothing's set in stone. I could always just on a whim be like, I feel like playing this. And that'll probably happen, but we'll see. For the moment, I'm leaning that way. That was what I was supposed to do tonight, but I got distracted trying to make a Twitch bot, which is going nowhere yet, but it's a lot of info gathering. I'm going to do another one of those unique maps. I got a bunch of them. Screw it, let's do some. We have Legacy Stones all set. Hop this guy. Actually, let's... Wow, okay. We got 6... We got a lot of sets of cards to redeem. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll do one of the unique maps I got. I don't know which one, but one of them. We don't have much XP, so even if it's a hard one and I lose, I don't care.
Creation shivers.
Alright. Give me Calum's Boots, which are corrupted. Chance to dodge attacks. Ooh, hold on. On their own, they're not that valuable, but I wonder if the 4% chance to dodge attacks helps. No sockets, but you can't be knocked back. Gives you a ton to life. That much life on boots is crazy. But it has no move speed, so people are picky about move speed. 5 link staff, wonderful. Piece of jewelry. Piece of jewelry. Divination card. A piece of jewelry. 5 of a currency. So this, realistically, will be terrible. It'll probably give me 5 frickin' Scrolls of Wisdom or Common Currency. But in theory, this could give you 5 of something that is stupidly valuable. And that wouldn't that be nice? It gives me 5 Transmutation Orbs. It's effectively nothing. And a Sacrifice Fragment, which did not get me the top right bit. Well, not anything I wanted, but whatever. It was worth trading them in. In theory, it could get you 5 Exalted Orbs, which is roughly 500 Chaos, maybe a little more, or 5 Mirrors. If it got me 5 Mirrors, I'd probably pass out from the shock. Mirrors are the absolute rarest item in the game, other than maybe a perfectly rolled rare, but for currency, it is by far the rarest, to the point where I have never seen one in person. In my 1,500 hours, I've seen maybe 5 or 6 Exalted Orbs drop. I have never, ever, 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 ever seen a mirror. They are that rare. And wouldn't it be great to get 5 of them? Literally 1 mirror, you could get... There is no item in the game I've ever seen being traded for more than 1 mirror. 1 mirror could easily get you the best rolled item ever, like, in the game. 5 of them? I don't even know the conversion of mirrors to exalts. 1 mirror is probably worth several thousand Chaos Orbs. So it would be nice. Let's do a quick sell while we're here. Fire damage. That's not abysmal, but no resist. Nothing. Nada. Nopers. And you know what? These can actually just go. I've got those already.
Go where you are needed.
That was a bit of a waste to do it, but you never know. So we are going to do either another Olmec Sanctum. What's the rarest item in Path of Exile? I mean, a thing that you can give a name to would definitely be the Mirror of Calandria. That is the rarest dropped item in the game. Statistically speaking, a perfectly rolled, all tier 1 rare item that's 6-linked might also be rare. You can adjust the links, but like getting a perfectly rolled rare is rare, especially to get them with really high levels of the right stats. That might technically be rare. So you're finding the training quests are actually very good for learning. Oh, okay. Yeah, Macau is a good training guy, honestly. Perfectly rolled blunt. No, 420 was yesterday. Technically, the day before yesterday, but it's only because it's slightly after midnight for me. But yeah. That seems a good way to practice guard points without being in any drastic mortal danger. That's not a bad plan. I might have to do that when I practice some guard pointing. Be warned that different styles have different guard points. I'm learning that myself. So, we did an Olmec Sanctum earlier. It went okay. We died once or twice, but we got some loot. I've never done this one. I have no idea what to expect in it. And Coward's Trial is not shabby. I don't remember what the mirror does. Hold on a second. The Path of Exile of Calandria. I honestly don't know, so I'm going to check the wiki right here live. Creates a mirrored... Oh, it clones an item. So with this item, you could literally go, well, I've got the biggest, the best, the absolute perfectly rolled armor in the entire game. Right-click the mirror, click that, you now have 2 of them. So, yeah, that's pretty strong. The ability to just simply clone anything in the game. Unless it's already mirrored or corrupted. There are exceptions. Something that's corrupted, I don't think I have a corrupted item on, but if it says corrupted, it can no longer have any currency item used on it ever. So, that's an exception. Yeah, so that's what it does. Yeah, I like the draw attack. Adept gets the charge strike. I'm using Adept at the moment, even though I don't like that guard point as much. So we're going to do the one I've not tried. I don't have much XP, so even if we lose it, I don't give a damn. Area has patches of burning ground. Area is inhabited by skeletons. Restless dead. Area is a large maze. Area contains a large chest. There's probably some sort of gimmick to the map, and I don't know what it is. Oh, we'll check the... Curious. She shook it then, and tiny screams emerged. Curiouser. She shook it again, and an eerie silence purred. I should read more of the flavor text in the game, because it's pretty awesome, but I usually don't. Yeah, it's really valuable. Not only is it really valuable because it's very useful, it's valuable because it's useful and very rare. If they dropped all the time, yeah, it's still useful, but who would care? But as it is, it's like, well, it's just, you're never going to find one. And when you do, you are going to save it and trade it to somebody who does, like, big crafting projects and wants to double their profit. Okay, so the Restless Dead is definitely them coming back to life every now and again. So, Adepts, yeah, the Adept one is nice. It takes a little less timing, because it seems like you get the Adept block for the entire duration of you charging the blade. From the best that I can tell, I got a guard point at some point that I shouldn't have been able to get. Oh, okay, last time to do the actual strikes. Yep, I hadn't finished your message. I should have done that. Yep, that's it is a damn good charge point. I was starting with Striker, and I might go back to Striker. I like Striker better. Oh, can you guys hear the music in here? Hold on. Cranked up the in-game audio. It's like a music box playing. Okay, now I'm gonna... Yeah, this is music I've not ever heard in this game before. It's probably unique to this map. I like Striker a bit better because the extra damage to Axe mode, and I just like wailing on things in Axe mode. But I like Adept a little better because I can do the Adept dodge. And the Adept dodge is such a great way to just get out of hell, but instead I should focus on getting better at guard points, which would be the better thing to do. Yeah, it rewards aggressive play, and the whole 20% more damage in Axe mode is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, you wouldn't be the first one, because as a currency item, it doesn't have a level requirement. It could literally drop at any point for any character ever. Technically, if you're farming a low-level zone as a high-level character, you get a reduced chance of currency to drops, but there's no level requirement for it. You could, theoretically, if your luck was good enough, make your first character ever in the first area ever and get that to drop. It is not impossible. You have the same odds of anyone else in a fairly at-level zone. Again, there's a bit of a scaling just so you can't go back to level 1 zone and farm it at like 90 times speed at super high power and get as many currency items as you could at an at-level zone. But ignoring that, you have the same chance of anyone else. And I'm sure people have done that, where they found it and just been like, well, I don't know what to do with this. What is it? Or, worse yet, used it. Oh. Imagine using it on like a low-level unique. Oh, that just hurts. But I'm sure it's happened, because how would you know? Adept's perfect card letting you... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, I didn't know you had the options after it. Well, I'd have to play around with that more. Thus why, even though I've been playing a bit more Charge Blade lately, I could definitely not say I've in any way mastered it. There's so many things. Oh boy. When they say Restless Dead, they're not kidding. I feel like it's not just resurrecting dead that I'm killing. I feel like it's actually spawning more as I go along. Which means I should be a little more careful and spawn some maps. What I gotta do is I just gotta sit down and rewatch the Gaijin Hunter video and be like, okay, these are the options available to me. He usually does a damn good job of being like, this is everything you can do and how to do it. Hey, there's a large chest, which maybe means this is the... Yep, boss. We got Hey, Rose! You're right here! Look, it's you, a necromancer. Rose and Thorn. Wow, they dropped some stuff. We killed Rose and Thorn. It's funny to find a boss named Rose while Rose is in the chat. So you complete maps with 8 mods and complete unique map actions nightmare. Awesome. We're gonna have to open that chest too and see what's in it. That was not the biggest map. There's still more monsters I can hit. They probably just keep reanimating though. Let's see what's in the chest. Cartographer's chisel. Well. Yeah, I'm sure that would be interesting to have happen. I'm going to try and fill out what little bits of the map I missed. There's still plenty of enemies, and I'm not going to try and kill them all, because they were respawning. The music stopped now, which to me implies maybe the enemies would stop reviving. But I at least want to check out these little areas over here. It's a unique map, so we may as well get as much out of it as we can. Though, that's another point on our atlas, which is really nice to know. We're up to 76 out of 126. That's the highest I've ever been on the atlas. Oh yeah, I always try to maintain red shield on any of them. If I'm playing Charge Blade, one of my goals is to maintain red shield. But that is helpful to know that it really is that important. The Atlas was the previous big expansion of this game. The next one's coming out shortly, called the Atlas of Worlds. All the endgame maps you can do, all the base types, are on this Atlas. This is all the different types of map in the game, including unique maps and whatnot. If you have a map like this one, I have not done Veil Temple. If I were to get that map and kill the boss of a corrupted rare version of it, it adds to this number. This number is the chance of a map to drop a tier higher. So if I'm in a tier 15 map, this has a chance of dropping a tier 16 map. The higher that number is, the better it is. I've never done the Shaper's Realm. That's the hardest boss in the game currently. I've never done it. I don't even know how to get to him. I know these 4 bosses have something to do with it. Other than that, I have no idea how to do it. Maybe by following the path all the way along? I'm not entirely sure. I know it has something to do with tier 16 maps, and that's about it. I've never tried them. You can also place modifiers on this map, these red circles. So any map base in this modifier, players deal increased damage for each poison on them. Players have an increased movement speed for each poison on them. Areas contain additional poisonous monsters. There's good, there's bad. You can apply effects to them. The max tier seems to be 17. Shaper's Realm is a unique tier 17 map with the hardest boss in the game. To the best of my knowledge, there is no tier 18 at the moment. And the tiers roughly equate to the level. This is I don't remember what tier map this was, but it's monster level 76, so the next tier up would be 77. Those matter because there's diminishing returns on EXP. Once you hit like high 80s, you're not going to get a lot of EXP from low level maps at all. You'll get some. Okay, got it. So he doesn't mention it because he assumes we would just do it anyway. But yeah, it does seem worth noting. Thank you that it's a requirement. Honestly, unless I'm playing really bad... Ooh, what does he got? Nothing! Ah, this guy was from a previous league called the Brandis League, where enemies like these that guard a treasure chest will give you coins, a specific currency that he accepts for set items. But he only had a rare amulet. He can have a list of really powerful uniques. He just didn't. So, it's a random thing. Sometimes he'll have rare, sometimes he'll have currency, sometimes he'll have powerful unique, sometimes he'll have garbage. It's a crapshoot. But it's always exciting to see him because you never know what he might have. In this case, nothing! Thank you, Brandis. You shattered all of my hopes and dreams. But hey, such is life. I think we're fairly close. I'm just going to try and finish the last bits on the map here. Yeah, we'll open the strong box and then we'll portal out. For a map I hadn't done before, that wasn't too bad. Respawning enemies aren't too shabby. Get red shield and a depth cell. I've managed to not maintain it before, but I also don't play too well. It's a shame, but it's true. I don't always play too well. So lots of times I'm just getting thrown around and have to like potion up and stuff. But you're right, more often than not I can maintain it. But there are definitely times where I can't quite. Growing Agony Jewel. So that's good for Viper Strike, which I don't use. And it's worth nothing. This is definitely not worth anything, I know that.
What can I do for you, exile?
Let's hold on. Let's see if we can get one of the corrupted self-flagellation. Increased damage per curse on you. You can have one additional curse. Interesting. I don't think that's worth anything either, though. Nope, it's not. Yeah, it was worth a try. Jewels can be corrupted to interesting effect. So every now and again I try one. Ooh, that's not bad, energy shield. It's not great, not bad. Rarity, cold resist. Ah, if I had move speed. If I had move speed on top of that, that might be sellable. Nope. Oh no. Mana and accuracy, it's a weird combination. Nope. Alright, sell all those off. Pop the currency away. Done with the fragments for the moment. I still want to do another Etsiri, I really do, but... Button. Let's hit that other unique map I got. I got 2 more. Coward's Trial is a fairly straightforward one. And hopefully it won't kill me. If you have files and you get a perfect block, it just puts extra auto charge it. See, I gotta remember that. I forgot about that bit. I'm sure I had seen Gaijin Hunter mention it, but I definitely didn't remember it. So this one's kind of like a wave-based map. There are 3 or 4 rooms, I think, that will spawn waves of undead, and you pretty much just survive through the waves. The final boss of the final wave of the final room is a necromancer that auto-revives everything in his room immediately, which kind of sucks a little bit, but whatever. That might kill us. With that many enemies popping up at the same time, we might die to that, but otherwise we're fine. Does the number of portals that spawn mean anything to the map? No. But every time you go through a portal, it consumes it. So that's effectively how many tries you have on that map. It's worth noting, each person consumes a portal too. So if you're playing with 2 people, you effectively have half as many tries. Or you still have the same number of total times people can die before you can no longer go back into the map. But all maps spawn the same number of portals with the only exception is sometimes you'll get a mission for the map boss or the map master, the like daily people, and it specifically is like you only have one chance, you only have one portal. Don't die or leave. But anyone that you make yourself will always have, what is it, 6 portals? 6 or 8? I can't remember. You get the same number. No matter the map. You can reskin them. I've got a handful of different portal skins that I could use. Let's see. Let's try a different one for the next one. Let's go full... Let's go full purple. Why not? Because we can. Or actually, hold on. I'm going to go with my classic favorite. I love this one. The Warrior's Assault. That was from a really early supporter pack. I don't know, I love it. It's a fun portal effect. Here, we'll demonstrate over here. That is not the right one. I don't know why I didn't use it. Oh, because it's only when we spawn a new portal. Room grows still and quiet. Alright, well that was fairly underwhelming so far. Minions are doing a good job. Alright, it's not this room, it's the next room. So I guess it's got 4 rooms of portals. The minions are kind of just mowing down these fools. I'm just kind of running around, trying not to die, doing an okay job of it. And we have a Rampage League going, so we got a kill streak too. We get certain little bonuses and buffs when we hit thresholds. I don't remember the thresholds at all, but that's why we got some animate weapons running around. And I can pop corpses for this thing to make my minions go better, faster, Mostly just faster. Less blowers, that's not bad. I should quality up my flasks, I really haven't. Sorcerers, yes.
Life is short. Deal.
So the reason that this loot filter picks up sorcerer's boots that are not enchanted, even though it seems like a thing that would be stupid to pick up, is because this exists. Upgrades a normal item to a random rarity, which can be unique as well, and there's a specific unique sorcerer's boots, which is worth like 30 exalts. So, even though it's a very slim chance of getting, if you were to chance it, it's well worth picking them up to do it, because it's that valuable. If you get lucky and you happen to chance that pair of boots, you're set. You're very set. Especially because chance orbs are not very valuable. So, like, whatever, you can use however many you need, doesn't matter. So for that little bit of time invested, it could have a massive payout. It also could not. It could end up being like, well, it's never going to happen, who knows. I'm just going to stand here, let the minions do their thing, zoom in a little. Got our oh shit button ready, Veil Discipline. Veil Discipline lets you recover energy shield even if you've been hit recently. It's really the only way that I have to recover energy shield other than just running away from things and not getting hit for a little bit. As such, it's fairly valuable. Hey, Sorcerer's Boots. Garbage, well, whatever. Most of them will be. I've only chanced, I think, one unique ever. So it's not a common thing. It's pretty much the same chance of it dropping that. So it pretty much just rerolls it as if it had dropped oh boy, did that sting for a second. You gotta be getting close to the boss. The boss is gonna revive everything, which is gonna suck a little and sting a lot. I'll go for the loot later, maybe. Maybe that's a better plan. Thankfully, popping corpses like this means he can't revive them. So I should actually just pop all the corpses. If the corpses are gone, they cannot be revived. I tend to forget that. Actually, I just tend to forget that this pops corpses. There you go, he just brought everything that was left back, I think? There he is, got him. Keep popping corpses, keep murdering him. He tends to drop a loot explosion. Alright, I expected that to be a little better, but it wasn't bad. Also apparently didn't have anger on, so let's turn that back on. I don't know what that sword is. There we go. And it's all set. Global critical strike multiplier. Increase elemental damage with weapons. Adds lightning damage. Increase attack speed. Attacks chain an additional time when in main hand. Attacks have an additional projectile in offhand. Interesting. Probably not worth anything, but interesting. And we got some loot. I'm probably just going to sell it, though. I don't think it's worth holding on to. Yeah, alchemy.
God
Screw
bless you,
that.
child.
You go away. We got one more. We've got Olmec's Sanctum. Let's do that. Of this hidden temple, only legends remain. Yeah, this is... So, if you pay a large amount of real-world money, roughly $1,000 US, you can make a unique item in this game. Clearly, within balance reasons, you have to work with the team to do it. Somebody made this one. They were a big fan of Legend of the Hidden Temple, and they're like, I want the throwback to that in Path of Exile. So, they made Olmec's Sanctum. And I like how they even said the last line of the flavor text, and of this hidden temple, only legends remain. It's like, that's nice. That is quite the investment, yeah, but plenty of people have done it. Pretty much every time they put out a patch, there's at least one user-created item there. And a lot of bigger people have done it. Notch made an item. The guy who made the Nez mod for Diablo 2, by far my favorite mod, by the way. Sadly, not a maintained mod. made an item. So there were a lot of bigger people who did it too, but there's also plenty of people who just like, I've got some money. I want an item in this game. Ziggy D made an item. He's one of the bigger Path of Exile streamers. Does it? I didn't know that. Sore. That's pretty cool. Like, you can also make divination cards. All those little cards I keep finding that I can trade in for items, each and every one of those was made by a person. There are none of those that were made internally. Those were all people who paid a bit of extra coin, real world, and went, I want to make this. And they did. Every single one of them. Which is pretty cool, if you ask me. Ah, darn it, I've got one too many of the wrong type of golem. Ah, whatever. Don't poison me, please, minions, kill him.
I need more mana.
There you go. Get wrecked. I didn't die somehow. Perfect. And we've got the right setup. Now I gotta grab the tail of the silver monkey. Wonderful. Shield should be okay. I should up spirit shields in case I find one that's really good and I can swap out for my second hammer. I would get one less golem, but if I find a really good one, it would be well worth it, honestly. Maybe the last boss of this place drops items of a higher item level than he should be able to, given the area level. So in theory, if he drops maps, they can be pretty good. We'll see what actually happens. It's another Paradis chest, so we can get a few more coins. I've got a few saved up from throughout the league. But they really don't do much unless we can actually find Paradis with a good deal. Otherwise, it's just taking up space in my stash. Oh, that's gonna suck! Oh, each of those pops for damage. And if I ran into the middle of all that, I'd be dead right now. Hey, superior generosity. 7%, just area of effect. Eh, that's not too great. Alright, well. Because I use that skill. If quality had added something really good to it, I could swap it out, but it doesn't. It just adds radius, which is, eh. I'm always going to be fairly close to my golems anyway, to a degree. Second boss? No, oh, I opened it twice. Got some lightning goodness happening. And he's dead. Unset ring. Chain belt. That's pretty cool. I like the of fate modifier. We've got head of the silver monkey. Hopping by this way. I think the only console version of Diablo 3 I played was PS3. My friends got it. It was a really solid console port. I was pretty surprised by it, actually. I didn't expect much out of it, but it was pretty decent. And I don't know, there's something to be said for local co-op. Diablo 3 is great, and great with people, but it doesn't have local co-op. I can't call some friends over, grab an extra controller on PC, and play multiplayer Diablo. It doesn't work. Well, with the console version, you can. Just screw it, plug in another controller. We got this. Or wireless, you don't really have to plug it in, per se. Sync another controller. I feel like a lot of games lately are missing that. Which is a shame. They just assume everybody plays online, and yes, a lot of people do. It's great to have an online component, for sure. But having the ability to do local co-op is really fun. Alright, not much else there. Forgot the hand of the silver monkey. Got one left, and then the boss spawns here. Yeah, co-op is great, though. And the games that do it are generally doing it really well these days. It's just not a lot of games are doing it. Yeah, split screen was great. Just chill with some friends at home. They just assume everybody's going to be in separate places with internet, and they're not wrong. That happens a lot. Halo 2 was great. Halo 1 was great, too. Oh, yeah, Borderlands. Borderlands is top tier local co-op. That's good stuff right there. Some games definitely do it, but the numbers are dwindling, especially on PC. There's more examples on consoles, but PC has just dropped the ball on local co-op. Even though with how easy it is to acquire and use controllers now, with PS4 and Xbox One and 360 being easily supported, why not make it easier to actually use it? Like, I don't get it. Alright, big boss time. See what he drops for me. This has been a pretty decent XP area, so hopefully I don't die to this boss. I don't want to lose any of this. Hey guy, how you doing? Pop some corpses, keep him going down. Where did he go? And he is dead. So, Holy Chainmail. Ooh, Vol's Protector? Ooh. If we can 6-link that instead. Oh boy. Oh man, if that's Vol's Protector, I think it is. Okay, so this is an item that people always want 6-linked. And I will demonstrate the difference of price of this. Just to show. So Vol's Protector, if we were to get a 5-link, it'd be worth 20, 25, about 25 chaos. If we were to get this 6-link, actually about the same as the other one. I thought it would be higher. About 400 chaos. Alright, I honestly thought it was going to be higher. This is a sought after 6-link. Yeah, alright. I thought it was going to be worth more. Well, it's still not bad. As it is, it's not worth much. It's probably worth like a chaos, maybe. Not even? Wow, it is worth nothing. Alright, well, that's fine. Keep using our jewelers on this son of a gun, then.
God bless you, exile.
In critical strike chance for spells, energy shield, fire resist. Not good enough. If I had more energy shield, we'd be okay. No. Nope. And you know what? I will hold on to it. You never know what you might need later. I think I'll do 1 or 2 more. I might call it a little earlier tonight. We'll see. Put that guy away. Tons of leak stones. I don't think I do need another one. Let's do that one. Armor can just go right there. And you know what? I am going to try 1 or 2 more times. I would like to end the night on a Etsiri run. Maybe I'll get lucky like I did last time and get the sweet rare drop from it. But I'm not having any luck getting the flippin'... I also... Etsiri might kill me, but might not. Who am I kidding? Etsiri will kill me. I've never gone through Etsiri not dying. But such is life. Maybe I'll level first, who knows? Those unique maps were not bad for the leveling process. Especially because I actually didn't die. Somehow. Any mines? Is that worth anything? I doubt it. But this is a gem that can't...
I need more mana.
Wrong button. It can't be bought in game. This only... it's not worth much. There are like 2 gems that only drop. Detonate Mines and Portal are the only 2 gems in the game that you can't get from a vendor or as a quest reward. You can only get them as a random drop in the world. If I were to get that earlier in a league, maybe it'd be worth something. This late in the league, no. Oh, excuse me. Alright, what do you got? On. Thanks for nothing. You know what? Hold on. Let's, nah, never mind. Can we veil that? Yep, but it doesn't do much. Cool. You never know. Sometimes when you veil a skill gem, it adds an extra level to it. I don't know what that would have done, even if it did. But hey. Oh, we're gonna level up something soon. Oh, Convocation. That doesn't matter too much. It's not a bad thing to have. So this means it's gonna level up soon. Oh, it's Flesh Offering, not Convocation. Okay. Flesh Offering is I pop bodies to give a speed boost and attack boost to my minions. That's not shabby. Now, where is the boss? I seem to be finding just dead ends. Oh, this way maybe. Flesh Offering can level. There's the boss. And we get noon. Gosh darn it. I'm tempted to just buy it, but it's just not... It wouldn't be monetarily worth it. I'd pay about 4 chaos for it, and I'd get probably nothing out of it. At least here I'm getting some experience, though it's level 70 zone, so they're not too great. El Regalia can be alright, though usually you want them linked. Like lots of links. But if I can find one with a good base of energy shield, it's worth something. Oh, this boss again. Yay, my favorite. The guy who runs around and doesn't stand still. And kills me. Cool. That's a... I hate that boss. I hate that boss a lot. I don't even think my guys can kill him because they have to get inside the bubble and their AI doesn't tell them to do that. They won't die, but... screw you.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Alright, maybe we'll spawn a new area instead of that one. We got plenty of flipping excess fragments. Not exactly running low. Oh, I'm a little ashamed I died there. That should not have happened. Better than that, I thought. The game disagreed. It's hard to argue with the game. Noon. Ugh. I'm not even gonna pick that up. It's not even worth vendoring. Come on, sacrifice at midnight. You know what? What are they going for? Just to see if I am wasting my time. Set, please. Looks like they're going for about a chaos, actually. Or a lot of Veil Orbs. Wow, everybody wants to buy them in Veil Orbs. Okay, yeah, it's probably closer to 4 chaos. The 1 chaos one is probably just somebody undercutting. People like to do that. They're like, oh, I'm going to put it up for 1, so everyone else will think that's the price. Even though it's not. It would be really nice to end the evening on an Atsiri kill, because they're fun to do, and have the potential to have some decent drops that are worth something. So that would be really cool, game. By the way, if you could do that for me. Dusk, come on, midnight. We're looking for you. I must have done at least 2 dozen of these just tonight alone. I'd say I should farm this off camera, but I would probably just end up immediately popping the Atsiri fragment anyway, so probably wouldn't help for streaming. It took a lot of effort to hold on to those maps for tonight too. My instinct is always, I got it, cool, I'm gonna do it right now. But yeah, not always the best plan. you get if I get the midnight thing? I can use all 4 of them. You might notice that they seem to form a circle. I can use all 4 of the quarters of a circle to open a portal to one of the, like, bosses of the game. It's no longer, like, the current end game or anything, but it's there you go, midnight. Cool. It's a specific area with 3 bosses ending in Etsiri, who was the boss of the 2.0 expansion. I think 2.0? Maybe it was 1.0. I could be wrong about the .0s, but still. Let's see if these are any good. Sell them off and head in.
Another day in damnation.
Block spells, cold damage, melee damage. Nope. Nope. Alright. Let's do this. But you have to have the full circle. You can tell which of these fragments is the rare one. It's definitely subtle, right? So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop these over here. Hopefully I won't die, because this place is actually decent at giving experience, but if I do die, it doesn't matter. It's more the final boss can drop things of value. Specifically, the final boss can drop these things. The mortal, it doesn't look quite as like a circle, but it makes a full 4-1 as well, which summons Uber Etsiri, the way more powerful version with way better items, which I probably can't kill, but it doesn't matter, because people will pay for those fragments quite a bit. Even this one, the common one, people would pay roughly 5 chisels, 4 balls. I don't really know what the conversion is, probably about 4 chaos 4. So it's worth doing for her drops, and just to do. It's a fun thing to do. I haven't really had many builds that could do it before, so it's nice to be able to give it a shot. And hopefully we don't get wrecked too terribly. We might, though. It is, even this, the non-Uber version, is not super easy. It's definitely not known for its ease of fight. And it's, even though it's not the highest level, it's level 70, every enemy in here is either a boss, rare, or magical. There's no just normal enemies. Wow, you're just gonna teleport these things all over me? Okay. That's fun. Where's the guys to kill to stop that? Thank you. Since they're all magic or rare enemies, it does tend to add up XP pretty quickly, which is not shabby either. And the last boss has many items that only that boss can have. So it's a thing. One of these days I'd like to try Uber Etsiri, but it's expensive enough to even attempt it, because the fragments are so pricey, and I'm not sure if I'd even be able to do it. Because it follows the same map concept of you have X amount of portals. If you don't do it in those portals, GG, you can't go back in, tee-hee, you're done. So, yeah. Thankfully, even if I die on a boss, this build is able to kill the boss with me dead. So, and there's 3 bosses, so even if I were to use 3 portals, I'll still be fine. Unless I somehow die out here to these guys, which is unlikely, unless I'm really not paying attention. The only thing I have to remember to do is to take off my curses for Etsiri. She reflects all curses. So my little lightning ball is doing curse on hit on everything, which is why I keep spamming it. The damage is negligible, but it makes them vulnerable to fire and all elemental damage, which is great for, you know, flame golems. Especially because each debuff stacks. Thus why I have shooting this stuff. Realistically, I'm not doing any damage with the skill. It's the debuff, but I don't want to be debuffed against her. I'm already probably going to die on her. I don't need to make it worse. Alright, first boss should be a cakewalk. I don't think I've ever died on the first boss. Hopefully I don't start now. Actually, a twin boss. Alright, see if we can get this one dead before he goes underground. I doubt it. It's unlikely. But it's not impossible. They have a long summoning animation. There we go. Oh, the other guy's up too? Okay, there's not as much a delay as I thought. How are you gonna do? He's not gonna die before he goes down. Alright, fine. Not at all. Damn. So we can pop these corpses. First one's dead. Second one is dead. Who dropped a Veil Blade? Ah, that's not that great. got one of those already. What I meant to pick up. Let's drop that. Alright, still, first boss down. 2 more to go. The second one could kill us, depending on how good I am at dodging things. It has the potential to be lethal. And Itsiri will probably kill me. I'm not that great at dodging her stuff. The minions will kill both of them anyway, but I might die in the process. Damn. This is why I wish the game had like a death recap, because I legitimately don't know what killed me. Nothing there should have been able to. And I didn't want to eat a portal or lose experience. I'm kinda curious about what the hell just happened. Well, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I knew this place would probably kill me once or twice at least, so I'm alright with it. I just kind of assumed it would be on a boss. I don't know what happened. I thought my health was okay. I thought it was not too low. But hey, whatever. It must have just been some big explosion or something that I wasn't prepared for. Yeah, let's get our minions to kill you guys. I can come back. Oh boy, see that almost killed me, that would have been my fault. Got a few things. Orb of Fusing, not too shabby. Another 6 link. They take up too much space. I can always come back for them. Or 6 socket. 6 link I'd pick up. 6 socket, not so much. They're great in a normal map, but I'm trying to conserve times in and out of this place right now. Oh, that's what it probably did. Detonates nearby corpses. That's a great way to kill off an unsuspecting person. Which is probably what that other one did. So, we gotta be close to boss 2. There we go. This is actually a triple boss, and each one powers up when their allies die. We really want to kill that one first. But my minions kind of do their own thing, so we'll see. Our best bet is to run around the outside, because they do so much AoE death type stuff that if we get hit and stuck in any of it, we'll probably get wrecked. So I'm just going to try and stay... Oh, wow. Double unique off of not the final one who's bleeding us very badly. Okay. Please kill him. I can't get near him. Please do it for me. Down he goes. Wow, he dropped like nothing. Damn it. I do want to sell that. Alright, I'm willing to waste a portal to head back for that. Or chaos. I could have just been like busy, try again or something, but I'll take the 4 chaos. Trade with you. Give me the monies. Thank you muchly. I should just have that quick added, but we can clear out a little bit of space here too. While we're here.
God bless you, exile.
No, only 7 all resist. Yeah, those can all go. And back in we go. I already have one of those scepters. This is fairly common, but it might be worth something. Nope, about an alchemy. I can drop it later if I care. So yeah, the Uber Itsiri is the same bosses in the same order with the same skills, but they all do double damage and have double life. So it's not an easy thing. Oh, we are taking damage. It's not an easy thing to do whatsoever. Rarity, don't care. But Uber Itsiri can drop some really good items. Regular Atsiri drops items that are, they're okay, but so many people can do regular Atsiri, they lose value over time just because people are doing it. What do you have? You have Edge of Madness. Is that worth anything? That is worth nothing, but damn does it look cool. And he wants 1,774 coins, which I do have, but I'm not going to do it because it's not worth it. Well, still, proves that he can have some interesting things. That was a fun league. His league, which was just, you get coins. You find him occasionally. Sometimes he's got some great stuff for you. Sometimes he doesn't, and he's just a troll. That was a fun league. I liked that one. The leagues have gotten better as they've gone along. Like, all of them have been at least okay, but they've had more and more entertaining gimmicks as they've learned what works, what doesn't, what people like, what they don't. This league and last league were some of the two best ones. This is just the a best of leagues, and last league was the Breach League, which is a lot of fun. The breaches were crazy tough, but could get you some great loot. And what else do you want other than challenge and loot? With the potential to go fight the Breach Lords in their own domain and see what comes from that. This strongbox could be okay. Oh, it's usually the second one. You're right. But when you get a good one, the thing is, at that point, he could actually sell things that couldn't. So sometimes there are league-specific uniques, and uniques that will only drop in that league, and then after that, you can still get them in Standard League because everything you have gets transferred to Standard, but no more will drop. And if you're in a new league, you can't get them because they won't drop in that league. He sold some very powerful uniques from previous leagues, making him really sought after. Specifically this one belt that everyone seems to love called Headhunters. If you get a Headhunters drop, you're set. Period. Maybe not the most valuable thing in the game. It's less valuable in this league because there's more ways to get it this league. But in previous leagues, if you got that from Brandis, you're set. You're fine. So this is Atsiri. She's got many phases, and she has 4 breasts, because I guess Veil Queens have that. We need to try to not get hit, and if we... Damn it. I was gonna say, oh, I forgot to take off my curses, that's what it was. She reflected curses and I stood in her fire, so I was like quadruple weak to fire. Doesn't matter, she's gonna die anyway. Her main phase is what she's doing here. She's just kind of shoots some stuff. She does some fire skills, some spears. It's not that bad. This is her alternate phase. She's invulnerable and spawns minions. If the minions get to her, they heal her. Not that bad. The minions don't attack you, they just walk towards her. But every time she loses 1/4 of her life, it won't redo it if she gains health. So when she's at 75%, 50%, 25%, she splits. And each one of them gains one of her abilities. But one of them, instead of gaining an ability, reflects 100% of damage done to it. So if you don't know that mechanic, you easily kill yourself. See, here she splits. One of them will have a mirror in her hand, that one, which will reflect all damage done to it, which is so easy to kill yourself. Thankfully, my minions have enough life regeneration that it doesn't matter. And thankfully, when she splits, you only have to deplete the HP of any one of the 4. It doesn't matter which one you kill. If you kill any of them, she combines back together to the full form. So, which one you kill is irrelevant, as long as you kill one of them. See, they're even going to focus the mirror one, and they're probably barely going to take hits. Yeah, nothing. It doesn't hurt that the fire ones are immune to fire damage, so all the fire skills she uses, the fire guys are immune to it. The lightning one's immune to lightning damage, but she doesn't do a lot of lightning. And the excitement of me being dead to this whole thing, we'll still get to see, oh, we can zoom in on our corpse. We'll still get to see what she drops at the end of it all. That was her last split phase. As soon as she drops that barrier, she should die pretty damn quick. Now, what we want is one of those mortal fragments. Also, the scepter wouldn't be bad. We don't want the potion. We've gotten it like twice. It sells for chaos, and it's not bad, but it's like, it's the consolation prize drop. We got the scepter. I don't know exactly what that sells for, but I know I've used many builds that have used that, so This late in the league, it might not be worth much, but that is her more valuable drop. Which, that's not bad, actually. That might be worth something. Gut Ripper's probably worth nothing. Rare map, only tier 1 though. Boo. So, 4 hour troubles. So this I use on all of my Flame Blast characters. It's probably like best in slot weapon for Flame Blast characters. Socket Gems is supported by Elemental Proliferation. Doesn't matter as much. You don't really need that one. Adds damage to physical attacks. Again, doesn't matter too much. Increased attack speed. Wonderful. Again, not too helpful actually. Cast speed. Really good. Increased global critical strike chance. Fairly good. Elemental damage leeches life. Hell yeah. And increased elemental damage, which is top notch. That's a ton of elemental damage. On top of it's already 32 increased. You can trade pretty much anything in this game. To the best of my knowledge, nothing binds to character. The only thing you can't trade is microtransaction stuff. Anything that's just there to make your character pretty, those are not tradable. So there's no market for it whatsoever. But any item, you can trade. What is this worth? Currently. Only about 5 to 6 chaos? That's honestly underwhelming. I thought it was higher. Still, could be worse. We made some money off it. This is probably not worth much. Ornament of the East. Gut Ripper. It's a level 46. And it is worth jack all. Kind of knew that. Again, earlier in a league, things would be worth way more. A wider variety of things will get you a wider variety of currency. This late in the league, things that are common, like Death's Heart Bow or whatever, thousands of them have already dropped for people. They're not going to be worth a lot just because.
What can I do for you, Exile?
That can go, that can go. And it's my own fault for play. That's why I tend to play mostly early in the leagues. But that's also why I don't tend to have really powerful characters like this, because I tend to just not play later in the league where I actually have the currency to do things. This league I'm actually playing a bit later, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, nothing new there yet. So, which of the roles matter on this? This also shows, this macro shows what the rolls can be. I was looking for elemental damage. This isn't going to be worth a lot. I rolled an 85, it can go up to 100. If I was closer to 100, I got a high crit chance though. Attack speed, or cast speed was maxed. Attack speed is high too, but nobody cares. Huh. I wonder if it's worth a little more because I got really high crit and cast speed, but I got low elemental. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start it at 6. We'll see if it sells at 6. If it doesn't, we can knock it down and price a bit later. 6 Chaos Orbs. Wonderful. That's not
God
worth
bless you,
anything.
Exile.
Yeah, you can pretty much trade anything in the game. I didn't do much trading this league because I started solo self-found, which, as the name implies, is solo and self-found. You can't party, you can't trade, you can't do any of that. But I had a separate ladder, so you got to be like, hey, I am X rank. Yay. Eventually I dropped that because it's fun, and I did well enough on it, but I wanted to be able to really push my characters a little further. But since I didn't get any of that early league currency, I did miss out on a lot of trading opportunities. How's our... Those are looking good. Yeah, let's attract some monsters from the beyond. It's a low-level map, so let's just dick around in it. I've made it this far, so I may as well go to like 2 AM. It's 1:43. I'm close. May as well go the extra mile. Alright, let's wander around. Hey, find Xana and complete her mission. Wonderful, which also means we'll get extra rep for her. Not that we're ever going to get her to level 8, but whatever. We can try. Oh, I also have daily quests to do for them, too. Xana's the map-based
Hey, Exile.
Forsaken Master. Let's see. Enter her map, slay the rogue exiles, complete within time limit. Slaying monsters increases the time limit, which means we're never going to run out of time. You can safely say anything that says slaying monsters gives you time, we're not going to run. Especially because this is a level 68 area. This is low level. We're going to just destroy this. Hey, nice helmet. I don't think it's worth anything, but it looks cool.
When I'm ready.
So we've got 3 exiles in here. This is the second one. Wow, you're... I don't know that belt. That is a different looking belt to me. It might not be rare, it might just be either a new-ish one or one I've never found before. Just because I don't know what it looks like doesn't mean it's good. But I don't know that one by sight, so that's something. And if monsters could be a little more clumped together so I don't run out of time, that would be nice. Where is that last exile? So most of the early leagues ended up being rolled into the base game, which is great. This was one of the earlier leagues, which was the Rogue Exiles. You would find characters that were stronger, they had microtransactions and stuff on them. They effectively were almost like player combat, but when you killed them, because they were harder to kill, they would drop effectively a full set of gear. They drop one item to fit in every slot. That doesn't mean they're always good items, but that does mean they drop a ton of them. They're always going to drop one amulet, 2 rings, a belt, chest plate, a variety of weapons that are either like a two-hander, a bow, whatever combination. Headpiece, boots, not potions. They don't drop potions, but everything else. And that's one of the things that's been rolled into the base game, and it's great. Clearly, those types of things show up more often in their original league. They don't show up as often when it's just part of the game after that, but it's still pretty nifty. A lot of those things carry forward. The strong boxes you guys have seen me open, the tormented spirits like these were all parts of earlier leagues. Where the hell is this last exile? It just got rolled into the base game, so now they just have a chance of being there anyway, even though they weren't originally part of the core game. They're like, hey, that league was fun. We like this stuff. We're going to keep it. So far, very few things haven't stayed around in some format. And our final exile. Beautiful. The Valkyrie. Nemesis item. Ooh, I don't think I have enough cards for that. Is that worth anything? I don't know that one.
I need more mana.
Damn it, I keep hitting the wrong. That is worth... Ooh, we're selling that. That's worth about 15 chaos. Yep, don't care about the full set. This is... No, I doubt that's worth much. Huh. Worth more than I thought, but still not a lot. Belt of the Deceiver. Strength. Increased physical damage. You take reduced damage from critical strikes. You get more life. All elemental resistances. Nearby enemies are intimidated. That's not a shabby belt. But it's not worth anything, so it's not rare. Black Sun Crest, level socketed gems, increased armor, reduced light radius, who cares, increased dexterity, strength, intelligence. Alright. Not shabby. We're selling this nonsense, though. I guess Nemesis items are worth something more than other ones? Enough that people would be willing to gamble that one off? Fine by me. Let's see, we've got her, yeah, barely into 7. The highest level you can level a Forsaken Master is 8, but it takes so long to get them from 7 to 8, I've never done it. It's worth doing, but I've never done it. Hell, I don't even usually get them to 7. This league is pretty rare for me. But Xana's a great master to have, because she just gives you free maps every day. Every day her daily mission is a map. Sure, there's an extra thing to do on it, but even if you don't have any maps to run yourself, she just opens a portal to a free map, sometimes a unique map. It's happened to me before, where it's just like, oh, Xana opened a portal to that one I did earlier with the waves and waves of enemies. I've done that for free from her. She's just been like, hey, do this map, kill the boss, have fun. I didn't have to have it drop, I didn't have to like buy it or anything, just here you go, it's a free map, do it. Beautiful thing. Uh-oh, we got an ice guy here. Who's probably dead already, actually. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Bunch of coins. I can't wait for more news on not just the upcoming expansion, but also the league that'll come out with it. The expansion, we know to a degree, it's just going to reshape the leveling process. Right now you go through normal, cruel, and merciless. Act 1, 2, 3, 4 normal, 1, 2, 3, 4 cruel, 1, 2, 3, 4 merciless. Then you can do maps. Yay! And it works. Oh, Brian Root Whalers. Yeah, Brian Rot Whalers. I think those might be worth something. About 10 chaos. Reduce physical damage. Do I have 4,800 coins? I don't think I do, actually. But when the expansion comes out, instead of that, you're just going to do Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you go to maps. Like, that's how they're redoing it. I have just enough. I'm going to save it. I feel like I can do better. Find a better deal later. I'd hate to spend them all now and then, like, next map find something way more valuable. That's the wrong button. At the same time, I'm probably going to end up kicking myself later when he gives me no items for the next forever, and I go, well, I could have gotten 10 chaos out of it. Shame on me. I can technically sell the coins. I don't know what the exchange rate is going for right now, but if I absolutely can't find anything, I'll just sell them to people who are finding good things. Because that's what I'd have to do. If I found something super valuable, I'd have to, like, buy coins. Or, if it's really valuable, there are people who just sell the spawn, effectively. They go into trade chat and they're like, hey, I found Parandus and he's got X item, it's very valuable. I will sell you a party so you can come in and buy it. There's also a bunch of people that scam people that way, but there's always going to be people who suck. But if I were to find like a Headhunters, which is probably like 20,000 coins, I would sell it. I wouldn't have enough coins to buy it, so I'd just sell the spawn. What is shooting lightning at us, and from where? Can we kill it? Thank you. Well, not a shabby night. This is going to be my last map. We didn't find anything super crazy, but it went well enough. We got a handful of experience. We got to run some maps I've never run before. Died minimal amounts of times, considering it's a squishy as hell build. Got to do another at Ciri, and got her rarer drop from it. The only thing that could have been better to get from her would be the rare of her mortal, I can't remember which one it's called, it's like Mortal Grief, Mortal Peril, whichever the rare one is. Again, it's the top right one, as always. If I had gotten that, that would have been better, but still, not shabby. Tons of uniques, almost all of them throwaways, but still. Eventually, one of them's got to be worth something, right? Yeah, hey look, Viper Strike. I should make a Viper Strike character one day, just to... because I should. It's Viper Strike. Obviously I should. And yeah, that's about it. We're under... oh, hold on, we'll do this. In case he kills me. I thought I had popped a portal. Thank you, game, for disagreeing. Nope, nothing from them. Cool. We leveled up a elemental weakness gem. We did get this. That's worth something. We got no more room for coins. I don't know where we're going to put those. Probably over here. There we go. Stock them there. We're up to 50 chaos. Not bad.
Another day in damnation.
I would definitely like higher, obviously. Who wouldn't? That and that were worth nothing. All attributes, accuracy, energy shield, fire resist. I wonder if that would be worth something if I rolled another resist. I wonder if I can roll another resist onto it. So what the masters let you do is they let you have crafting benches that let you add things to items, which is very helpful, generally speaking. Nope, it already has too many suffixes, so you can't do another resist. Damn, that could have been decent. Dex and intelligence, all attributes, damage to attacks, armor, rarity, no resist on it. They can only have a set number of properties, and they can only have a set number of prefixes and suffixes, so it's not unlimited crafting or anything. And they can only have one crafting mod each. But, especially for people who play solo and don't do a lot of trading, it's a great way to take a okay item and make it much better. We were going to put this thing, what was it, 15 chaos? 15 chaos. There we go. Alright. And I think, other than maybe some inventory stuff off camera, that's what we got for the evening. Thank you for watching and tuning in, everyone. This has been Viper S for Viperland, playing Path of Exile. Tomorrow will 95% likely be a Monster Hunter clone on the Vita. Whether it's Soul Sacrifice or Freedom Wars, I don't know why I keep framing the name of that one. I'm not sure. If people have strong opinions either way, feel free to let me know in the Discord. I will take that into consideration. Otherwise, I'll probably just pop in whichever one I feel like playing at the time. Either way, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, anybody watching live, and a big shout out to all the people who actually watch all of my Path of Exile ones archived. You're all awesome people. If you are watching it archives, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. That would comment, and subscribe. I mean, that would be fantabulous. Either way, if you're live, I'll be seeing you tomorrow, and if you're not live, see you next time.